And thus, we are live. Okay.
Howdy.
Okay. So, we come here together now. Shortly after the departure from the Etch Replica Cell Raid, Bulldog stays to assist the Reed Stars and the Rose Guardia, catching the rest of the enemy, or so pushing them out, ensuring that they can no longer bring about harm to Moscow. After the raid is over, Boulder would approach Bulldog, saying, "Hey, good work out there. I love the effort, obviously, but we didn't ask. You haven't gotten in contact with your dad again, have you?"
No. Is there a way I could do that?
Scratches back his head. Not really an easy way for me to do that either, but figured. Got some seers on your team, right? You got like that remnant girl. Who else? Oh, there's Faith, right? What's he got on your team? He like ponders. How many noise people do you know?
He looks Boulder over and he goes, I never heard the term seers before, but I guess if we're talking about Norse connection, then there's remnant, faith, like you said. I guess Cyrus would count to a degree. In terms of Bermuda as a whole, no clue otherwise.
This Faith girl might know a thing or two. Maybe you could use me as like a, what they call that, conduit, some shit like that. Maybe you could send a message out to the dad.
I mean,
sure. Maybe in the Balder. the other Balder, obviously.
Oh, I get it. So, like a kind of connecting call.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Thanks for the follow, Mandy.
I guess he looks around, surveying the carnage of the night's action, and he turns back to Balder. Well, I ain't got nothing on after this, so, the quicker I can get back in contact with my dad, the better.
Sounds good. I mean, probably leave it cleaned up to one of my lieutenants. Yeah, I'll join you. Give me. Kind of looks himself. We'll find one of my mages real quick, see if they can clean me up.
Just take a shower when you get back. That's what I do. He lets out a big yawn and stretches his arms.
I guess want me to go to the embassy in an hour?
Yeah, sure. We can meet up there. I'll be more presentable at that point. I'll let Faith know as well. Remnant might be a little bit occupied.
Perfect. Let's do that.
He nods and he turns away, walks over, checks upon the rest of the soldiers, Apex, Gavriel, all the soldiers that have participated in the raid. He checks up on them.
A few
and
wounds here and there on the Rose Guardia, but the medics attending to him. Seems overall to have been a pretty successful raid, especially with your little contingent leading the front mostly. Apex and the Padawans were effective. Having the captain and a powerful vessel beside him, being you, effective. Very effective, even. You guys cleared through most of the tougher enemies. The rest of the squadrons basically just did cleanup crew, sweeping and clearing corners, rooms, alleys. Come out of it, minimal casualties, minimal injuries.
As he surveys, he walks over to check on Apex Knight. And as he gets over to her, he whistles over to get her attention.
See her and her boys being kind of given a general rundown of what the operation entailed, seemingly showing a few holograms of some footage, or you whistle and catch her attention, and Apex immediately waves off whoever she was talking to and walks over. Her boys just stay sitting on the curb, resting, catching their breath, cleaning up a little.
Well, gotta say I'm impressed. The boys look like they're getting better every time.
As they should be. They just need to get more accustomed to their wild shape.
Yeah. Say, I know it's not exactly on topic, but I've been thinking about, what you said earlier when we were walking down about you going off world and everything like that.
Oh?
Yeah, well, I don't know, it just kind of struck me that, like, when all this is over, you might not be here anymore, getting off to the stars, doing your Star Wars shit, that kind of stuff. Well, I'd be remiss to miss the opportunity to get to know you better. Feels like you know a decent amount about me at this point, so maybe you and I could get to know each other.
Cute.
Hmm.
You could join me. That is always on the table.
I don't know what kind of curveball's going to come my way before that point. Can't be making any commitments beforehand, but I guess
Same
until
here.
you leave, the offer will be on the table.
I would. She pauses to think over her reply. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have someone carry my name around. Besides my family, I suppose. Sure.
He quirks an eyebrow at her wording, but he doesn't push further into it.
Is this supposed to be the moment you invite me out to some dates?
Well, funny you should mention that. I was going to ask if you like the opera.
Opera? Like singing?
Yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah.
No, not particularly my taste to sit in one place for too long. Especially not with, I guess less enthralling music.
God. Somewhere in Russia I'm going to find someone who wants to go to the opera with me.
Despair, probably.
She doing all right? After that whole shindig, with Mistwalker.
She hasn't said anything to me about it. I mean, dealing with a risen isn't exactly something we're unaccustomed to. She can handle herself.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just, do you know why she was with him?
She said she was going to escort him. He asked for her. She pauses to think on that, and then kind of just shakes her head. I don't know, maybe he just wanted to fuck her.
That's probably it. Yeah, whatever. It's not important. I guess if you want to go out and eat something sometime, you can bring the boys and all, That way it doesn't feel too, He rubs the back of his head awkwardly.
Are you afraid to be alone with me?
Nah, just I don't want to make things awkward on you.
My boys can take care of themselves, I assure you. But if you're trying to close a restaurant down with 3 gluttons, then I guess pick the restaurant you particularly hate. She smiles.
Well, that I can do. He holds up his hands. What time are you free? Tomorrow?
Whenever I'm off shift, I'm sleeping. But I'm available before or after, so a late afternoon, or you just have me escort you. I am the nighttime escort.
All right, night owl. Got it. I'll see you then. Okay? You have a nice night.
You as well, my love. And
Finger guns her.
we appreciate your support.
He 2-finger salutes her. Anytime, Apex. Anytime.
She gives him a more proper salutes, but not very sharp. Just kind of, also just a hand off the head, and walks back to her boys.
Milo, with that, would start going about heading back to the embassy. Once he gets there, he'd shower, change, get some clean clothes on and stuff like that, and he would go to Faith's room on the upper floors.
Knock on Faith's door. Faith opens.
Indeed. He leans up against the wall and just goes, hey, feels like you and I haven't spoken for a few days. Mind if I come in?
Yeah, you're welcome. Opens the door.
Yeah, thanks. He steps in and he sits down. Say, you've been keeping up with all the shit that's been going on around Bermuda, right? Or do I need to catch you up on some stuff?
I've stayed in the loop. At least what's important. Ooh, you need help with something?
Right. Yeah, I'm looking to try and form a kind of midway ritual. Trying to get in contact with Balder through Balder?
I did hear. I guess I saw your little meeting with him during the club. So, meeting Balder through Balder. I'm guessing he's not the god.
Nah, it's weird. I don't even fully understand it myself, but from what I can gather, he's like a human version of Balder. He's the human half, and then the god half is, I don't know, somewhere else. Where, I couldn't tell you, but he's off somewhere. And, well, the human one and the god one are separate entities, but there's still that kind of underlying connection. And, well, I was hoping that maybe you could connect me to the god version through the human version. He said he's up for it. He's actually not a bad guy when you get to know him.
Well, that's good. He should be of the more tolerable of the gods. I guess the god should be. Maybe it just runs off on his avatar? Surrogate reincarnation?
He's not a vessel or anything, so I don't think he can class as an avatar, but I mean, he did mention to me that the other Einherjar have done rituals with him in the past, where he's, I don't know, I guess they've kind of summoned Balder's god spirit into the human version, and he's given them instructions. Human Balder doesn't remember much of it, but he knows that every now and again they'll come and do something weird with him, and he blacks out, and then apparently they've got new instructions, so, you do the math.
Weird.
Very.
But
I don't know if you've ever dealt with anything like this before.
Only if the god is somewhere you can't normally reach. Which would make sense why we talked to the Allfather instead of him. It's because he might be somewhere that's hard to get.
Maybe it's that we can only get in contact with him through the human Balder.
That's what it's sounding like. Which I guess does make things easy considering we have him. If we didn't, it would be significantly more tricky.
So you're up to do it then?
Yeah? I'm a bit curious. See what has become of Balder Odin's son.
Well, you know, if this all goes well, hopefully I'll have a direct way to contact the Einherjar from here on out, and maybe other nations. This, he looks around. This isn't on, I haven't announced this to any officials. I mean, I'm guessing Raven can hear me. You know, he hears everything. But all I'm saying is, I don't know if you wanted me to go and clear this with someone first. I figured it would be all right. I mean, worse at the end of the day, it's just a phone call, just a bit, you know, more complex.
I don't need approval to do my communions. I mean,
Well, there we go.
I'm certainly not going to ask for permission to do my communions. She just kind of looked through some of her things, gather a few materials, and then goes, well, where are we meeting? Or when are we meeting Balder? And then I guess where?
He looks down. Between the drive to the embassy and the shower and the fresh clothes, he'd probably have taken about 40 minutes out of the time. So he looks down at his watch and goes, around like 15, 20 minutes.
Sounds good.
I said he could head up to the embassy, so I'll go meet him at the door, then bring him up here. Unless there's somewhere else you'd like to do it.
No, here works. I'll get some things set up.
Nice. Thanks for this, Faith.
I did say I was going to help you out as best we could.
Yeah. Say, from your new station, you heard anything new come up? Any new developments that maybe Domina hasn't been informed of yet?
I've been busying myself with Etch Replica, a cult with the ability to access the Fiend worlds is, I guess not to be overdramatic, but a priority. I'd say it's something we're taking a bit too lightly, but she shrugs. It's not like Bermuda knows exactly what the Fiend worlds has in store for us if more gateways like the one recently opened continues. Let's just say we haven't even seen a fraction of all the monstrosities held back. I'm trying my hardest to kind of focus on that. If there's something important to you, of course, or Remnant, to the team in general, let me know. I'll offer my help.
He sighs. Well, it's funny you should mention it. Look, we're kind of getting ready for a ritual ourselves, but, well, I kind of backed out of it. It's specifically one to do with hell, like a kind of blood sacrifice kind of thing.
Yes, a sacrificial ritual. I follow.
Yeah, well, I kind of don't want to be involved in that, you know. Never really had to murder anything straight up, you know, in cold blood before. And I don't know, something about the whole backdrop of it, you know, the chanting, the singing, the fucking knives and shit, just he shivers. Reminds me of like Rosemary's Baby in like the worst possible way. You know? It's not like the kind of rituals that me and you do. At least it doesn't feel like it.
It's all a matter of perspective. I'd argue some people would consider the way I do my rituals more disturbing. You do recall that I, well, just leak blood into my runes.
Yeah, I remember. But I don't know, there's something different about like someone doing it with their own blood to the blood of others. I don't know, just makes me feel uneasy. But the point is, the others are all getting ready to do that ritual in the next couple of days, and well, I know you're not exactly free, but if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you could maybe lend a hand or something. You know, at the very least offer some tips. You know,
I will
make sure that they don't fuck it up.
I will certainly be there. I'll ask the Templar when this is happening, and of course, be there. She ponders for a second, crosses her arms to think. There's not much I can say about comforting you in this, but a Norse ritual, it sounds like they're doing a blot, considering they're sacrificing blood-related things.
Yeah, 9 of each. I don't know if that helps narrow it down.
Ah, it's a blot. Yes. These kinds of rituals... Do you know when this is happening?
He scratches the back of his head. Next, couple of days, I think. I don't know. Didn't really hear the specifics.
Do you know if it's on the solstice?
The what's this?
The winter solstice? I suppose it is the day that signals the beginning of winter.
He turns his head at her, just kind of like, huh? What is that?
I suppose it's not made such a big deal anymore, but the winter solstice, also there's a summer one, spring and fall, digressing. During a solstice, it is the day that the seasons change. It is also the day where the veil between certain realms is thinnest. When sacrifices are done on these certain days, they are more likely and oftentimes more powerfully reacted to by whoever is being sacrificed to. If the intention is to sacrifice to hell, I believe hell could provide immense boons to anyone she considers her allies, perhaps partaking in the ritual as well. Not to mention, it could also be a good opportunity for yourself to grow more powerful, or maybe use that as another opportunity to strengthen your tether to Balder himself. I guess after we talk to him, we can figure out if that's even possible, but just an idea. You don't get many opportunities for this every solstice, so every 6 months. Oh. Yeah, every 6 months or so.
He quirks his eyebrow at that. Wait, how could a ritual helping Hell out improve my connection to Balder?
The ritual is Norse. It's connecting you to Yggdrasil. It is up to, I suppose they call them the Angel of Death, where in Yggdrasil you travel to. Do you know if Remnant is going to be the Angel of Death for her ritual? I'm sure she could steer you in the right direction once you reach Yggdrasil.
Dude, I have no fucking clue, man. All I know is a bunch of things are gonna die, and Hell's gonna get stronger. You know, Remnant's gonna get stronger as well. At the very least, she's gonna feel more human. That's why I helped. I don't know anything else about it. Like I say, you'd be best talking to a Remnant.
Right. I think it might be best for the collective of Norse individuals to talk about it. It seems like a good opportunity for all of you to attune more deeply to your blood roots, or at least your avatar, your patron's blood roots. But
I
digressing,
guess.
I guess we could have that conversation before the ritual. It might be something worth mulling over, at least until then.
Sure, sure. Let's just get this one out the way first. I'm getting pretty tired of thinking about rituals.
You have not hung around me long enough.
I mean, the offer's always open for you to come back to Bermuda. Well, not Bermuda. Domino specifically.
You guys are only 2 floors down from me. I suppose it's better said, you have my number, and you know which room I'm in. Don't feel afraid to invite me to things. I'm not the kind of person to really include myself in other people's affairs, unless asked to.
Well, invitation's always open, but I'll make sure to send you some if it's something specifically I want you involved in.
Sounds good. By this point, Faith would start setting up things, kind of sends you out to go get Balder.
Bulldog walks to the front of the embassy and waits by the gate for Balder to show up.
Shows up right around the time, maybe like 4 minutes early. See one of the Rose Guardia armored vans pull up. Sees you there, drives forward, hops out real quick. Right, my son. Alright.
Yeah.
Where we going?
Well, Faith's up on the 3rd floor, I think. She's setting the room up right now. She's up for it.
Alright. Sit there.
As they walk up the stairs, he would turn to Balder and he'd say, I know that you said before you don't really notice, but like, is it just you black out when they come to speak to God Balder? Do you go somewhere else? Do you go to your happy place? Is it like a dream? What happens?
Usually, I'm dreaming of where the god is, but it's super, like, hard to remember. You know when you have some dreams that you get the general vibe of what happened in the dream, the kind of gist of it, but then like when you wake up, it's really hard to make out all the fine details. Maybe like you remember a person or a place, but like the rest of the shit is kind of hazy.
Yeah.
It's like
I get that.
It's like that. He's somewhat cold. I mean, I guess that's kind of a given. Vikings usually come from very cold fucking places, so not really anything more specific. I usually just dream I'm somewhere really cold. Sometimes I dream I'm walking a bridge. Really long, endless bridge, kind of just doesn't have an end to it, just big thunder or big blizzard above me, and I'm walking the bridge. Kind of tries recalling more details, but it seems like it doesn't really come to him naturally. Other shit every now and again in between, but nothing more than that.
Oh. Well, I'll check if you have any updates following this.
Sounds
He
good.
knocks on Faith's door.
Faith opens the door. Lets you two in.
Agent Faith, this is Balder Volskson.
He extends a hand out. Agent Faith. Yeah, I remember you from the party. He shakes his hand. Captain Voxen, was it? Yeah. But, let's just call me Balder. Oh wait, that might get confusing later. Yeah, I guess just call me Voxen still. Sounds about right. Right. Okay. You walk in, you see what appears to be the outline of a circle drawn in black chalk on the floor. There's certain Norse runes and letterings around the circle. She gestures. I've been told you've done such similar... Yeah, this is a circle! Yeah, just like, Oh, shit. Is it okay if I talk to her like she's in the know? Is she not in the know?
She knows.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, just like Willie does. Willie? Oh. William Remington. Yeah. Thanks. They must have a seer. Well, anyway. Hoping that you can act as a conduit to commune with Balder Odinson. Is that okay with you? Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Alrighty. Then, two of you could just sit in the circle. I'll get the last preparations made. He follows suit the instructions.
Goes and sits in the circle.
Sits down in a circle, kind of like kneels and then crosses his legs. Looks a little different from how they used to do it. At least, a lot of extra letters. Well, I'm not exactly Norse, so I have to add a few extra scripts, I guess is how you would call them. She finishes writing out some symbols, and then you just see her slit her wrist. Balder blinks, immediate shock. Is that I usually do this, or?
Part of the ritual, it's fine. Bulldog turns to Faith and just goes, "How are you a Valkyrie yet you're not Norse?"
I've been given the title Valkyrie.
Huh. Well, I guess that explains some things.
There's more than one Valkyrie. I'm sure you know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Valkyrie! That's sick. I didn't know Bermuda had a Valkyrie.
Do the Onhajar have Valkyries?
I have a few of them. Yeah.
Huh. Maybe you could introduce them sometime.
Yeah. Let's see. Kind of starts just thinking. We got Sif. We got Brunhild. We got Scotty. I haven't got the other ones' names. Those are just the ones I know.
Okay. Well, I'll have to meet them sometime. Maybe I can get some more information through this.
Sounds good. The blood drips down, filling out the circle of the chalk outline, and then as the blood basically seeps into it, filling it up almost like a container, you feel a cold breeze emit. Faith sits in the circle as well. I need a drop of blood. From you specifically. Voxen. Just a drop, right? It's easy. Just takes out his knife, pricks his finger, lets a little bit of the blood start dripping down, and kind of goes, where you need it. He extends out her hand. He just kind of like... He just draws like a T, like a little cross on her hand, and then extends her other hand to you, and you as well.
Bulldog would do a pretty simple prick on his finger before holding that out and letting the blood drip in.
Both of her hands stained. The slit on her wrist closes, the blood unnaturally moving on its own to fill out the rest of the circle. The cold breeze emits again, and this time you feel the faint, wet touch of snow. As a dome grows around the circle and seals you guys in, you feel the breeze grow stronger and stronger until eventually snow just brushes past your face, overtaking you, knocking you back. And as you lift your head out of the snow, You are somewhere else entirely.
Bulldog looks around, taking in his surroundings. What does he see?
Sure. Pull your tokens over in just a second.
Gotcha.
You pick your head up, snow filling the spaces around you, your hands crunching as you pick yourself up. You see Balder rise up the snow next to you. And then he blinks. You see his eyes glaze over. And then he vanishes. His body turning seems to golden light, then turning blue. And almost like a phantom, slowly turning more and more translucent, he fades. And then rising out of the snow in front of you, Faith. Did he just vanish?
Yeah, Volkson's taking a walk. To where? Well, I don't know.
Interesting. Looks around.
Where are we?
I believe we're on bridge to Helheim. Looks behind her, and behind you, you see the long, endless path with Yggdrasil's roots at its center. Takes you arching your neck backwards, your whole body to just look up at the grandioseness of this tree, holding several worlds in its branches floating around. It is the center of the known universe. The center of all reality. At least here it is. As you turn forward, never fails to look beautiful. Stunning.
Terrifying?
Awe-inspiring might be a better word.
Sure. Say, the gate to Helheim, that's still closed, right? Like,
As you look forward, the bridge leads you maybe 400, 500, about a football field's length of bridge before you see the giant golden gates that are sealed.
ooh, thank fuck. So, when's Balder showing up? You know, the god one.
Took us to the bridge to Helheim. Maybe he's inside. Faith gets up to her knees and then stands up straight. Dusts some snow off of her. Last time I was here, I was inside Hell's Hall directly, but I didn't exactly poke around outside of her meeting hall. Maybe Hell has him here? Or maybe he's hiding here. Best to go find out. Faith starts walking towards the gate.
Bulldog stands up as well and follows closely behind her, keeping his eye out for if anything comes up towards them. He looks out at the great expanse of space around them, and as they walk, he just turns to Faith and says, how are we breathing? Are we breathing? Is this just like a weird kind of neutral ground where anyone can breathe?
Yeah. Magic would be the best answer I can give you, but you need to be able to travel these paths, so I guess as long as you're meant to be here, you can breathe. I mean, I guess we are here. I never really thought of it too deeply.
Are we going to get to meet that big squirrel?
Ratatosker.
Yeah.
Suppose if he has something to tell us, or a message to convey. I don't really check in with them whenever I poke around. I just go to the person I'm trying to talk to directly. It's strange that trying to talk to Balder brings us here, but I guess there probably is a reason for that.
You're right. You're right. Maybe another time. Still though, it's kind of cool. Just a big squirrel.
If you ever come across some sort of belonging of Ratatosker, I could commune with him.
Maybe. So, if Balder is through those gates, do we have to go through them? That can't be a good idea, right?
Helheim's not exactly a dangerous place to the uninvited, or to the invited. Hell knows me. I don't believe any of her loyal defenders would have much gripe with me or any companions I have. But
Me?
you're one of my companions. And you haven't done anything to piss off Hell, have you?
Not that I know of.
We'll be in and out.
Alrighty then. He makes his way up to the gate and he puts his hand on the door.
You approach the massive gates, and you have this feeling. It feels like wind brushing past you. Like someone walking past you, and the soft breeze of their clothes rubbing up against your hand or your arm or your leg. People are walking around you. You can't see them. You put your hand on the gates, and the gate is pushed open. Faith puts her hands on the other side of the gate to push enough of a space open for you to walk through. This gate is massive, maybe 50 feet wide, 100 feet tall, and made of ancient stones and metals. Nordic engravings on them you can only assume were put there by the doorsmith himself, but they are scars. Something tried to break in. Maybe multiple times, maybe multiple people. Hard to tell. It is an old door. Could have also just came that way. And thus the gate creaks open enough for you to walk in.
What do you reckon did that?
It's been no shortage of people who've wanted to rescue a loved one from the afterlife. Any number of people could have done that, though. Must have been pretty strong to leave a marking on a dwarven door.
You don't say. Bulldog looks around as he enters into the domain of Helheim. What does he see?
Once you pass the threshold of the gates, you see these people. Phantoms, wraiths, specters, ghosts. Walking, marching their way through the gates to hell. To hell's halls. Cold. Bone-chilling cold. But there's no breeze. No wind past the gates. Not at least here on the bridge to the hall itself. You see a giant towering in front of the main hall door. Almost like some sort of warden guiding these lost souls into her great halls. You see the warden at times looking down, inspecting people closely, and then grabbing them from the bridge and tossing them off. You see their bodies fall vastly and then eventually strike into water. Tides are moving alongside the bridge, across back, across and back, ramming against the bridge. And you can see that there is a shore. Bodies. Mountains and mountains of bodies lay at these shores. And you can see the ghosts slowly turn from their, well, whatever state it was that they died in when they arrived. Skeletons. The life drained from them slowly, but seemingly painlessly, until eventually all that litters the shores of the damned are bones.
Note to self, don't go in those waters.
Note to self, don't do anything that merits you going in those waters. Those are for the more heinous individuals the Valkyries did not want to claim. I've thrown a few share in there myself.
Okay, note to self, don't get on your bad side.
Surprised you haven't already made that a bookmarked section.
I just figured my natural charm would get me through.
Smiles at that. You guys continue down the bridge. You walk through these raids. You are alive. Their bodies, incorporeal, do nothing to you, except give you a strange chill. Eventually, you walk past the warden as they look down, lean their head over this giant, crouching to inspect you both. And in an old Norse tongue, you hear it speak out, Valkyrie. Ein Hajar. Speak your business. We are
Hey, big fella.
looking for someone. We're hoping to find them inside Hell's Halls. A guest of hell. Rises. You feel the bridge rummaging and shaking in his rise. Find your guest. Faith nods, and then the giant parts the door slightly ajar. Enough for you to enter.
Thanks, big man. Take care.
Says nothing. So you two walk in. You enter the halls of hell. The inside of the halls are regal. This seems to be a place fit for a queen. Carpets, wooden columns etched and carved beautifully. Nordic runes lie these columns, lie the walls. There are paintings and carvings of famous legends associated with hell and other heroes that have fallen. You see some legends you would recognize. The legend of Odin giving his eye to receive wisdom. You see the legend of Loki and his Jotun mistress giving birth to 3 monsters, who at the time were not monsters. You just see them as 3 children. Hel, Jormungandr, and Fenrir. You see dead walking these halls. Zombies, skeletons, clad in Nordic armor, patrolling, some of them tending to the hall. They move lifelessly, almost like they're robotic. But as you pass, they turn to you and bow their heads, before returning to their menial task of the general upkeep of the hall. When hell was around, they were usually a bit more lively, for lack of a better word.
So, hell isn't here then?
She hasn't been here for a while now. still need to figure out what happened to her.
Well, maybe Boulder can tell us.
Let's hope he has some clues at least. Would probably give Remnant some peace of mind. It continues.
So,
You guys search the halls, going room for room. These great mess halls where warriors are dining. You see phantoms entering your vision and then exiting your vision, almost as if anytime you try to center your attention on them, they're not there. But when you look in your peripherals, they are there, drinking and feasting.
say, is it just the Norse who can come here?
I guess I could bring other people here, but wouldn't have a reason to. This is Hell's Hall, so I wouldn't want to bring uninvited guests here.
So this isn't, Valhalla.
No, Valhalla's with Odin, his great hall. This is Helheim.
Huh. Need to read up on some more stuff.
The major Aesir and Vanir have their own halls. Obviously, none is as great as Valhalla. But the halls, the gods have their own vanity and pride to attend to. They make sure their guests are, well kept.
So, who is it who comes here then? Guests of hell, I know, but what kind of people are the guests of hell like?
Anyone who did not die a worthy enough death to be accepted in Valhalla is sent here. Just because they did not die a worthy death does not mean they are worthless. That is the purpose hell serves. Gives the dead who did not die honorably, or honorably enough, somewhere they can still reside. Here they can feast and drink with their other unworthy comrades, while those who were particularly heinous, even in the eyes of the gods, well, they go over the bridge.
So, wonder if any Bermuda people are here.
Bermuda people? Do you know of any
Yeah.
fallen Nords in Bermuda?
No, not really. Say, would my mum be here?
Suppose that depends on what afterlife your mom believed in. Was she Norse?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't even know what part of my backstory was real and what wasn't. Maybe she's here? Would there be any way of telling?
Hell would know, but she's not here. I have a way of finding souls. Kinda just would have to run into her, if she is here.
He looks out over the sea of dining guests, and his shoulders slump. No. We should probably just keep going. Keep looking for Balder.
Faith nods, but gives him a sympathetic eye. You continue roving the halls. Eventually, you find the throne room. It isn't exactly hidden, but it is one of the backwards halls you need to get to. The throne room. Faith pushes the great throne room doors open. Now you feel nothing exits, almost as if temperature and wind and the air itself was dead and flat, lifeless. You take a breath, and it doesn't feel like you're even breathing in air. The suction doesn't happen, but you do still feel your lungs filled. Faith takes a cautious step in, looks around. Feels a little like we're trespassing without hell here, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind us just taking a quick peek around. Faith says, now fully stepping into the room.
Yeah. You getting any signs the boulder might be nearby?
We should try using our senses. Faith takes a second to concentrate. Well, she uses her divine sense as well. So I suppose Milo would.
Yeah, Bulldog would walk off and also use his divine sense.
The air is celestial and undead. Fitting for a god of death. But there is another presence as well. A beaming radiance coming from the throne. Faith picks it up shortly after you pick it up. Starts walking towards the throne itself. As you get closer and closer, the presence grows and grows and grows until you feel just warmth. You feel joy. And you feel invigorated, hopeful. And then you see the man. Sitting besides the throne, back against it, head resting on the armrest, almost like he were sleeping. This man appears before you.
Huh. He turns his head and looks down at Balder. Are you Balder?
Blinks awake, looks around. Valkyrie! What? Looks to you. And, Milo Bremer! Yeah! What the fuck? By the gods! Stands up. You see the man now, standing his proper upright, 6'9", towering over Faith, and meeting you eye to eye. What are you doing in Helheim? I gotta say, it's nice to see you. I didn't think I'd see anyone down here.
Well, we were looking for you.
Me? I guess I did tell you to try and come find me last. I didn't think you'd actually do it. Cross his arms. Wow.
Yeah.
Actually here, like, reaches out to touch you guys, like, punches Faith's shoulder. Ow. And punches your chest.
Ow.
By the All-Father, here in the flesh. The hell let you in? How'd you get here?
Bulldog looks to Faith, almost like should I tell him?
I brought us here. How? You shouldn't have been able to find my soul. Your reincarnation? Right! Right! Boxer!
The human half of you. Yeah.
My mortal body! How does that make sense? We all tethered to each other. Well, ain't that...
Where is he?
Thinks about it. Moscow? Is that the name of the country?
The city. Oh, so he's just back in Russia then.
Oh, are you asking where he is right now?
Yeah.
thinks about it. Probably be wandering the bridge to Idrisil. He can't exactly cross here, doesn't have a soul.
Huh. So, is the reason he doesn't have a soul because of, the whole reincarnation, you and him kind of thing?
That is a story. You guys on a time clock or something? And I'd love it for you guys to stay for a little bit. I mean, not like I really get guests all that often. Come on. Let's have a drink. He gets up, chipper as hell, walks over next to the throne. You would just see, like, kegs of ale and mead just endlessly being filled, seemingly from the bottom, just bubbling as he takes 3 horns, scoops them through the barrel, and the amount that he takes out slowly replenishes itself. Take a horn.
Thanks. Bulldog takes it.
Faith takes it and the sip. Skål!
Yeah. Skål. Say, he looks towards Faith. We don't have a time limit, do we?
No. Well, an hour maybe?
Say, I know we won't be, rushing this, but, I kind of have a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
Wondering if you could answer.
Yeah, sure. You want the story first, or you want your questions first?
Go ahead and tell me the story, and I'll see what questions I have left after.
Gotcha. He takes multiple heavy gulps. Just gulp, chugs down his ale before he fills up and takes another one. He thinks, collecting his thoughts for a moment. I was once the most beloved god in all the 9 realms. True story. But even I couldn't curb fate. I started having dreams of my death, and my mother freaked out, so she turned into, what is it? The Norse equivalent of what you humans call a Karen. She went around to everything in the world, made sure they all promised that they would never harm her son, made them all swear oaths. He seems reminiscing. You see the tattoos on his body glowing gold. I felt invincible then. Confident in my invincibility, the gods amused themselves by throwing weapons and really any random thing they could find at me. We watched everything just bounce off of me, leaving me completely unscathed. He reminisces more, gulps down another full horn before scooping up another one. The sly one. That guileful trickster of the gods. He sensed an opportunity for mischief. So, he inquired from Frigg whether she had overlooked anything whatsoever in the coast to obtain oaths. She casually, dumb bomb, shouldn't have done that, answered that she had thought mistletoe was too small and harmless to bother asking for such a promise. We were all very fucking drunk, so forgive her. Well, Loki, straight away, made a spear from mistletoe and convinced my blood brother Hoder to throw it at me. He gestures to his heart. You see one of these magical circles, one of these runes, dimly try to glow, but then dies, almost as if it was fading, lacking in power. The projectile pierced my heart. I died. I fell over dead. Dead as hell, even. Oh, how the gods anguished. They ordained that one of them should go to the underworld and see if there was anything they could do to get me back. They thought they could get me back from the clutches of the death goddess Hel. Harmad, another one of my brothers, agreed to take the journey. Mountain Odin's steed Sleipnir, he rode to the world tree, down its roots, and there he found Helheim. When he arrived, he found his brother, pale and grim, sitting in the seat of honor next to Hel. I was pretty depressed. I didn't think something would actually kill me. Well, he implored the dreadful goddess to release me. After much persuasion, she replied that she would give me up only and only if everything in the world would weep for me, to prove that, in other words, I was universally beloved. Well, I'm still touched. The whole world did weep for me. Everyone wept for the generous son of Alden. All, that is, save for one creature. The giantess Angraboda, Loki's mistress, callously refused to perform the act that would secure my return. And so I was doomed to remain with Hel in her joyless realm. He downs his horn of ale, and then gets another one. By this point, Faith would have also have had her drink. I heard legend of this tale, but never the full story. Is that why... She taps her horn. Is that why I never saw you after that while? Exactly that. It's stuck here. But there is another part to the story. Right after Hermod left, sad, poor brother, Loki showed up. I don't know what he said to Hel, but after their little conversation, she offered me an alternative to eternity in Helheim. A game. And my immortal body would remain in Helheim, while my immortal soul goes to Midgard. I would continue to reincarnate as a mortal until I could find my way back to Helheim and reconnect with my body. Obviously, I accepted, otherwise we wouldn't be in this little situation. But, of course, there was a catch. You see, my immortal soul gets confused each time we reincarnate. Since we go from babe to adult, we live through several full lifetimes. Made and lost friends 1,000 times over. And we might just live an entire life without even knowing how to break the loop. Sometimes we get dreams, other times I meet an Einherjar who can jog my memory, but not always. Still, with how current things are, the Einherjar hunted me down, jogged my memory, and bada bing, here we are. We're trying to get Vox into a garden so he can travel to Helheim and find my body. Me! Taps himself. Once we reconnect, I'll be free to leave Helheim and I'll ascend. There is a little harmonious glow of gold off of his body, and you all feel just hopeful. Like that's a good thing. You feel like that's a good thing. Anyway, that's my story.
Huh. Okay. So, well, you must have been giving orders to the Einherjar. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about how that whole thing works. You know, like how you get instructions to them, how long they've existed for, you know, what their job is.
Einherjar have been along as long as the gods have had avatars. Or been willing to walk the realm of mortals. Sometimes We have offspring, sometimes avatars of offspring that are gifted blessed blood. After many, many, many centuries, the Einherjar are hundreds, thousands. At least the ones with blood pure enough to hear our call.
Huh. Blood pure enough, eh? Say, he scratches his head real quick. So, you mentioned about Hale suddenly changing her mind. Do you know what's going on with Hale?
Right, yeah, so crazy. As a matter of fact, one of the most insane things I've ever seen. And I've been alive for a while. Hell got usurped by some humans. And she got the throne. She fell from godhood. She's not a god anymore. Isn't that crazy?
What? How the hell would that even happen?
I don't know. Some humans came here. They got into a whole like back and forth with her, and then she told them to leave because I don't know how they got here, but they didn't agree. And then they did some shit. I truly don't know what these humans did to her, but they drained her of her power. They stole her divinity.
How many of these humans were there?
Scratches his head. Like 3 of them? Maybe it was just 2. 2 or 3 of them, something like that.
His eyes narrow. What were their names? Did you get their names?
No, they didn't announce themselves.
Accents? Were they American?
What's an American sound like?
He thinks and he turns to Faith. Where is it that Cordelia comes from again?
Me trying to remember if Faith knows.
Is it Oklahoma?
No, it was Maine, but I'm thinking, did Remnant ever tell anyone where she's from? Did she ever tell Faith?
I think she might have told Bulldog. I don't know if it would be something that he'd need to roll for though.
I mean, they would both know that she is like French descendants, or like her family's French.
Yeah, I would only say Bulldog has the better chance of knowing because, you know, nothing against who's playing Faith before?
Mildly.
Yeah, Mildly, like, no offense to Mildly. I truly did, like, love his characters. But, like, Faith didn't really make much of an effort to engage with Remnant at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Milo has a better chance of, if not knowing, having heard it somewhere, so.
I'm just thinking...
These people, did they sound French in any way? Like...
French. What's a French?
Like, you know, oi, that kind of stuff.
French. Ugh. It's hard keeping up with these new age terms. French. Is that Frank? Frankish? German? Germanic?
Kind of near there, you know. Like Normandy, that kind of stuff.
Normandy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they kind of talk like that. Yeah.
We're getting somewhere,
Fucking-
boys.
Fucking Milo like pounds his fist into his palm. Fucking. What happened to these humans? Where'd they go? Did you know anything about them beyond just what you told me now?
Not a thing. I've never seen them again. They came here, fucked hell over, and then dipped. It was still the most perplexing thing I've ever seen.
Could you describe what they look like?
Man, a woman, middle-aged, maybe. I didn't exactly take too much of a close inspection.
Huh. All right. He scratches the back of his head. I suppose that ties into a few things. Say, maybe you could tell me who's that woman with my dad? I can't remember her name. The usurper, I think they called her. Who is she?
Usurper. Not someone I've met before. There's not someone who's come here.
But that doesn't. Oh god. He scratches the back of his head. You do you have a way of getting in contact with William Bremer?
Whenever he comes here, usually uses my mortal soul to do some sort of link. Same way the Valkyrie has.
Okay. Do you think it's possible that some shit's afoot here?
Some shit's afoot here. What do you mean?
Okay, I guess I got my own story to tell. Right. So, back on Earth, or Midgard, however you want to call it, there's this woman I know, Cordelia. Out of character, would he have ever got Cordelia's second name?
I think she's mentioned it when she was talking about something.
I think when she was talking about her brother, she might have said her last name.
Yes, she was talking about her brother.
Should I roll a history, or have Sam roll me a history?
I'm pretty sure you were there.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, if could you tell me the name?
Talbot.
Oh, sorry. Talbot.
Pardon?
Talbot.
Talbot. Okay. Cordelia Talbot. She, well, from what I can tell, she's as close as you can get to an avatar of hell. Cast down goddess. Now,
She's still alive?
Yeah, she found her when she was, broken, on the verge of death. But then they bonded together, and she's been with her ever since.
But damn good for her.
Yeah.
I thought the humans were just gonna kill her. That's damn good for her.
Yeah, thing is though, is something fishy's going on. There's people that are proclaiming to be Hell's pastor and stuff like that. And it turns out that Hell's pastor's her brother. And, well, Cordelia said that back when she knew them, her parents were always investigating Nordic shit. Doing ritualistic stuff. That kind of researcher.
You're saying it might have been this Cordelia, this Talbot's parents.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't understand why they would be. Because Cordelia suspects that this woman, this usurper woman, she might be her mother, right? Now, I assumed you might have known, but yeah, basically my dad, he's picked up a woman that I think they said they're going to have a kid together. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right. Yeah, Will did mention he's got a kid on the way. He didn't mention.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't mention the mother at all. I didn't inquire. It was just kind of like a, off the hand chicken in with the boys type conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know, now that you've told me this, maybe that the Talbots, maybe they're trying to get involved somehow. They're trying to hijack somewhat your rescue. Do you think that's possible?
Thinks about it. That is suspicious. I don't really know what the Talbots are about. what they want. I don't really know what those humans wanted with hell other than just to steal her power. If these Talbots are in the market for becoming gods, yeah, I guess getting to me next would be a good place to start. With me and Hell's powers combined, well, you'd pretty much have dominion over life and death.
Look, if William Bremer comes to you again, I need you to tell him to contact me. We need to sort this shit out, whatever it is. I've got a suspicion that something fishy's going on and they're trying to hijack shit to get to you.
I will tell him that. I can't have
Is there any
humans
evidence that these
interfering
people
with...
were here?
Say again?
Is there any evidence these people were here at all?
The humans that attacked Hell, no. They came as quickly... they left as quickly as they came.
Do you have any idea where they might have headed?
Nope. Not a faint clue. Didn't know how they got here. Don't know where they fucked off to.
He rubs his chin. Has William told you what the plan actually is to get you out?
I told them, get my soul to a garden, and then they'll be able to walk the bridge with Voxen. Get here. Once me and him reconnect, Ascension. Simple. Simple as, honestly. It's just,
it does sound simple.
Just a Vox mortal. Very mortal. None of my reincarnations have ever had my abilities. You know, immortal body here, immortal soul over there. Kinda is the reason anytime I die, we kinda just have to start from scratch.
Did William Bremer ever tell you about the Aphetos?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Well, you can say with certainty, right? What he told you is the plan, and what he told me is the plan. Two very different things.
I'm guessing this. What is the plan? I guess because I told them find a garden. I told them there's a garden in Moscow. There's a garden. You seem like to narrow his senses. About 1,000 miles east, a little bit south, but opens his eyes again. That one feels off. Something's... Maybe it's Nidhogg chewing on the roots, but something feels dark about that garden. I wouldn't recommend going to that one.
Well, it's possible that the garden's still a part of the plan, but what he told me the plan was is to use the Aphetos to destroy one of the cardinals.
That also works. Huh. That is why he was asking all those questions. That makes a lot of sense. That is certainly an alternative.
Well, I don't really understand why he hasn't told you directly, and I don't really understand if you know what's going on Earth, but that's a pretty crappy plan from what I can tell. At least for the people of Earth.
I mean, they were looking for solutions to get me and my soul together. I gave them a few different ways to do it. I mentioned offhandedly, if the Cardinals weren't stopping us from enacting divine intervention, Heimdall could just bring Vox in here, using the Bifrost. I didn't tell him to kill the Cardinals. I don't think he could. I don't think it's possible. I don't think the Allfather can't even kill one of them. It'd be completely ridiculous to even conceive that as an option.
The Phytos, well, whether it could or couldn't, it's got the best chance of anything. At least from what I've heard.
What the hell is this Ephetos thing? There's some sort of god killer.
I don't even know. Whatever it is, it can wipe out Celestials. Or at the very least, they think it has the potential to. It was man-made. Creation, science kind of shit. And it's been out of our hands and the hands of its creators for far too long. It was out of it at first from the Syndicate. I'm not going to go into that whole pile of shit. But then it was taken by the Iron Jar. And William told me that he plans to use it against one of the Cardinals. Try and sever the barrier between the gods and humanity. Bring back, time of worship. Sure, it might sound hunky-dory to you. Not denying that. Hell, it might even be good for me in the long term, but... Well... Kinda don't want to have to regress back into the Dark Ages. And... with gods once again vying for humanity's control, well, you can see how issues might arise from that. Now look, you seem like a nice guy. I want you to get your body back. Hell, you're my patron. But, well, I really don't want this Ephetos killing the Cardinal shit to go ahead. I think it's bad news.
I can see for how a human would feel that way. Your lifespans are short. You cherish the years you have. The Cardinals... I cannot speak of them too much. I'll say... they are holding back all the gods from using their divine intervention. If they weren't in the way, the avatars wouldn't need to spill a drop. Like I said, Heimdall could just bring Vox here. Bring Vox in here. But to the gods, the Cardinals have been holding us back for a few centuries now. Holding them back from getting to me. More than a few centuries, actually. A few millennia. You're not going to convince my brothers. God, I love them. They love me too. If you want me to tell Willie and the other Einhajar to hold back on his cardinal plan, I can't tell them to not be warriors. Goes against everything we stand for. But they don't need to go through with the cardinal plan if they can just get Vox in here. So how about I make you an offer?
Go on.
You gotta get Vox into Helheim. Get him to a garden, bring him here. Once I've ascended, I'll tell the Einhajar to save their forces. Save this god killer to, I don't know, kill like a really bad god or something. You know, someone we don't fuck with.
We've got an invasion coming up. These fucking lizard things, the Vampiri. They're making their way to Earth and they want to take it over.
Vampiri. Why does that ring so familiar?
I understand the Einhajar aren't going to get dissuaded from being warriors, but I don't want to dissuade them. That's not what I want to do. I want to redirect them. set them back on the right course, fighting against humanity's biggest threat. And that's the Vempri right now. We need all hands on deck, and we need cooperation. Otherwise, we're not going to get it through with this. None of us. Not the Vempri, not Edge Replica, not Bermuda. Nothing.
You said a lot of names there I'm not familiar with, but I get your point.
If I can get you out, if I can commit to this deal and get you your soul back and make you ascend, blah, 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 I want to promise that you're going to rally the Ein Hajar behind a global defense. Make them work with people. They don't have to work with them after, but at the very least, make them help us fight off the Vempri.
You got a deal. You bring me my ascension, I'll tell the Ein Hajar to kill whoever the fuck you want them to kill.
Okay. That works. He scratches his chin. Say, out of curiosity, what do you know about the Father of Understanding?
He chugs his horn of ale. Does not get another one. Guess you could say he's... the god amongst gods. For lack of a better phrasing, though it's hard to even call him a god. More like an idea. And the more you believe in the idea, the more it is known. The idea exists and grows. Imagine, thinks like, trying to wrap his mind around it, how to best phrase it. Imagine if no one knew I was real. The name Balder simply never etched into the legends, never sung by the bards. Complete fable. If someone said the words Balder, made the sounds with their tongue, it would sound like they were making hoopla. But then, you tell someone, Balder means life. And anytime someone wants to convey the idea of life, they would use the word Balder instead of life. Then the word Balder would spread. And the more people believe in it, the more people recognize it, the more Balder is real. That make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
The Father of Understanding is real because his concepts, the idea that he exists behind, everyone knows it. Everyone understands it.
Like Jehovah.
Where have I heard that name? Oh, the Christians would call him that. Yeah, I think the Christians called him that.
Or Allah.
Musulman. The Musulman called him that.
But it's all the Father of Understanding.
Yeah.
And this Father of Understanding, where does this thing stand with the Cardinals?
My understanding's right. He told the Cardinals to watch over Earth and enact his will. That is how it always was until the motherfucker disappeared 19 years ago.
He disappeared?
Yep. Up and blinked. No one knows where he went.
When?
19 years.
Where was he last?
Oh, he's not exactly somewhere. It's just kind of like his presence is omnipresent type thing. You know, like the All-Father. He could see in all parts of the earth. His will is recognized and felt. If the All-Father died, or vanished or something, well, you would feel that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's another mystery to solve. What about Loki, the trickster? What about him? He's involved in all this shit. I don't know how, don't know why. Probably just wants to watch the fireworks, but he's connected to another guy I know.
It sounds like Loki.
Do you know what he's doing?
Nope. Not a damn clue. Good luck trying to figure that one out. Even we the gods have had trouble figuring out that little rat bastard. But I love him.
Yeah.
Always got good jokes. And he did give me a chance out of here. Not like hell was planning on letting me go anytime soon. He did cut me a good deal. At least I think that's what he did. I don't know, I never really asked her what it was that Loki said to her.
Well, I gotta ask now then. What exactly... Shit, give me a second, my mind went blank.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. What happened after you died? You know, the tales sing of Ragnarok, the end of days. Did that ever come to pass?
The prophecies. I don't think those ever happened. Well, not in the way the prophecies would have you believe, at least. More like we all thought it would be the end. But it seems more like it is some sort of new beginning, a rebirth. And it seems to coincide with my unnatural death. Anytime my immortal soul has been unnaturally killed, it's led to some great calamity back on Midgard. I imagine that if my immortal body was destroyed or killed here, maybe that calamity would extend to Yggdrasil in the Nine Realms. Maybe that would bring Ragnarok.
Huh. Okay. Well, what happened to Jormungandr and Fenrir and shit? What happened to them?
I don't know. Guess you could ask Loki. Probably has his kids out there doing whatever the fuck it is they do. I know Fenrir was chained up by the dwarves at some point. Was it Tyr? I think Tyr gave his hand to lock that fucker up. I don't know about Jormungandr. You can probably find him out in the ocean somewhere.
And then hell. Well, I know where to find hell. God. This whole thing's so complicated.
Yep. Reason why you mortals aren't supposed to be dealing with this stuff is because you get a bit overwhelming. I would know.
Yeah,
I've lived a couple thousand mortal lives, and God does it suck to be mortal.
Yeah, well, someone's got to deal with it. So, you said you'd make me a deal. He held out his hand. And the deal is one I'm willing to accept.
You get Voxen to Helheim. Help me ascend. I'll tell the Android to stand down and point them at whatever this vampire threat is. He shakes Bulldog's hand.
Nice. Okay, that's good. Well, those only questions left now are personal. I don't know how much of a answer you could offer me, but, well, you knew my name when you woke up. How? You connected to anyone who hears your call?
We spoke not that long ago. If I remember correctly. You were somewhere else.
Yeah, New York.
New York. Oh, I remember York. Great big battle of York. Couple times, actually. That was a fun one. Made a new one. I guess the last one probably did get demolished a few too many times.
Yeah, well, that was when the vampire invasion first kicked off. I suppose I wanted to know if you knew anything about me beyond that. Just my name, the fact that I'm an Einar, the fact that I'm William's son.
Was mentioned your name. I knew through your blood that you were his. You and him are my descendants. Your blood is pure enough that you can feel my power, but I guess I'm not familiar with your life. Besides that, I don't have the Watcher's eyes. I'm not exactly
How many
fully.
generations ago did you come into the family tree?
When was the last time I walked Midgard? Thinks. I had a lot of offspring quite a millennia ago. It'd be hard to tell.
Yeah. Well, nice to see you, Granddad. Say, connected to the blood and all that. Do you feel a connection to my sister?
Sister.
Yeah, Astrid. Astrid Bremer.
Astrid Bremer. See him close his eyes and think. Yes. Through you. Through the garden in Moscow. My power seems to be heightened enough. I do sense your blood elsewhere. Far from the garden.
Where?
The roots connect. Up at the bark. Through the branch. He's in Europe somewhere. You see his eye, his tattoos flash. Golden, then blue, then golden. I cannot see her. But I sense her.
But
she has
can
not
you sense where
awakened.
she is in you?
Her connection is weak. I cannot pinpoint her closer than that. Heimdall could.
Heimdall. Why hasn't he?
Guess he doesn't know she exists? Have you talked to him? Did you tell him?
I told my dad. My dad was the one who told me that I had a sister.
Oh. Oh.
I don't even remember it.
I wouldn't be able to tell you why Heim can't. We should be able to
You also
find
said that
anyone
I
in
had a-
Midgard, so long as he knows their chosen name. Or their true name.
You also said that I had a grandfather, and I think it was an uncle as well who was connected to you. Do you remember them?
Yes. Will's father. And his brother. Rest in peace.
Where are they now?
Your grandfather seems to be in my hall, though I am not there to tend it. Your brother, lucky prick. He got to Valhalla. He must have died spectacularly.
Sorry, just to confirm, he did mean uncle, right?
Yeah. Uncle.
Okay, gotcha.
Will's brother.
It's just he said your brother, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, Will's brother.
That'd be rough.
Gotcha. Okay. Something, from what my dad said, something happened back when I was really young, like 2-3 years old or something. Something that meant he had to leave. Something that meant he had to cut ties with us and our family. And at some point, we lost our sister. And then I don't remember. It wasn't until my dad told me about all this that I even remembered anything beyond just me and my mum.
When your father awakened, I gave him the call to Voxen. Told him if he could help Voxen ascend, take him to a garden, then whatever dreams he had could be made real. That is a promise I intend to keep. If I made a god again, I would pick your father to be my avatar. He is the one with the purest blood to me.
Wait. He looks at Balder again. So, when you ascend, what happens to your mortal version? You know, Voxen, what happens to him?
He would be a body without a soul. At that point, I imagine he'd die.
Milo pales a little bit at that. Isn't there anything you can do to, like, save him? Give him a soul or something? Does he not get a reward?
Thinks about it. Give him a soul. That's something I could do.
He breathes a sigh of relief. Yeah, I think he'd like that. Better than just, you know, seats in a bee once you come back.
I can't create souls, but I can certainly mess with them. That's a shitty way of saying it. I could take someone from my hall and give them another opportunity.
But what happens to him?
Well, he's me.
What he is. But you said he'd die.
The body would die. Body without a soul can't go on. Unless it's undead. But even then, that body still has part of a soul. It's tethered to something. Are you asking
But he'd
about...
live on in you.
Yeah. Always has. Every time I've reincarnated and died, the memories transfer to me after the death. And then the soul is once again reincarnated and the cycle begins. I don't know what happens to me or my soul until we die. Or, we get lucky, and Ahajak comes around, jogs my memory, using one of their seers.
Okay, I can work with that.
If Voxen dies before you get here, though, big shrug. That's pretty much it. Cycle has to start again. I can't guide you back because I don't know what's going on. It requires my soul to be able to have these kinds of conversations. If he dies and reincarnates immediately, this body, taps his chest, would shut off. We would have the mind of a babe. And I personally don't want anyone seeing me like that.
Yeah, no. Say, if he was to die, not that that's ever going to happen, but if he was to die, you mentioned that there'd be consequences. What kind of shit would happen?
Tyr would start war. Probably unintentionally even, but Tyr would be very pissed. Love my brothers. They wait for me. If
What's some
Voxen...
shit that's gone on beforehand?
I remember one of my recent past lives. Archduke. What was the name? Ferdinand.
If you say fucking Franz Ferdinand, I'm gonna fucking lose it.
Yeah, Ferdinand. Yeah.
Milo just turns around, just like, oh my fucking god. Like, head in his hand. Oh god. So if you die, there's gonna be World War III.
Is that what happened after Ferdinand died?
Yes, the Great War, World War One.
I wouldn't have known I was a babe then. But I remember there was a Second World War that happened because I died. That I remember.
Wait, what? That one as well?
Well, no. My life that grew up during the Great War, when he was older, ran into an Einherjar during World War II. And that Einherjar jogged his memory.
Oh, thank fuck.
He actually managed to survive the war and died of old age. Bringing us to our most recent iteration. Voxen.
Thank fuck.
But if Voxen gets killed by unnatural means, well, let's just
Shit
hope
goes
that
down, yeah.
let's just hope that doesn't happen.
No pressure then. So, guess going forward, I'll sort this shit out. There's a ritual that's going on. Faith mentioned it earlier.
A winter solstice
She
ritual.
mentioned to me that,
A winter
yeah,
solstice
yeah,
blot.
that one.
Faith adds. Oh.
She said through that I can strengthen my connection to you.
Yeah. Yeah, you should do that.
How?
He thinks. The blot. It offers 9 lives to connect to the 9 realms. You're able to peer into any of them and gain an amount of wisdom, an amount of insights. You could use it to draw magic into yourself. Typically when one sacrifices, they ask for something. A great harvest for the next year, the safety of a loved one, success in battle, you know, whatever small boon you can channel into yourself, you do so. I suppose, what would you really be seeking? He kind of ponders on it a little. Who's doing this ritual? It's not Will. Will never mentioned this.
Hell.
Hell.
Cordelia.
Oh. Yeah. Good for them. You know what?
So,
Here's an idea. I bet Hell's desperate. I thought she was dead. But if she's still alive, and a human? Is Cordelia a human, right?
yeah. Well, undead. Don't know if that matters, but
As long as Hell's in her, shouldn't be too much of a problem. But if Hell's that weak and relies on a human, she's probably desperate. And it's not like I'm her enemy. It's just, you know, consequence of her duty. You should...
well, about that, Hell doesn't seem too fond of you for whatever reason.
Aw, come on. What did I do?
I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me.
Thanks. You see him think and ponder deeply. I don't know. I don't know what she could have against me. I guess maybe she wanted me to do something to help her when the humans came. But I couldn't. Without my immortal soul, I can't enact my will. I mean, he looks to you, presses your chest, I guess I can. I never really tried. Shit. Maybe I could have done something.
Oh. So, she sees it as you stabbing her in the back.
That's... You see him cross his arms. He thinks on that deeply. Now I feel bad. Because I didn't know I could interact with physical things. Everything in here I phased through. Most things here I phased through. You two are the first physical things I've seen here. Since I've died. And those humans, but I didn't think I could interact with those humans. Not really my place to either. It's Hell's Hall. If she had asked me to help, I would have tried, but... Damn. You see him, like, pause in thought, like... That is quite a revelation to him. Maybe I could have helped her.
Okay. Well, Hal's pretty pissed, regardless, but maybe if you could, I don't know, send her a good piece of goodwill or something, she might be more inclined to, you know, reconnect. Maybe you can help her even. I mean, I want to help Cordelia. Maybe if you guys can reconnect, you can both reascend together.
I'd like that. And Hell and I are not enemies. She's just doing her duty. I get it. The gods must follow their own laws as well. I died, so I belong here.
Okay.
Hey, you think you could... You could do a good gesture for me?
What is it?
This ritual of hers. Here. He reaches through his pockets and he takes out an arm ring. Silver, gold, and steel. Nordic engravings across it. And he hands it to you. This is my avatar's arm ring. I would have given it to Voxen, but if he died, then it wouldn't come back. I'll give it to you. You seem to be capable enough. Your body can handle my magic. So how about you become my avatar?
Yo.
He quirks his eyebrow at that. What do you mean?
Swear fealty to me on his arm ring. And all my powers and boons become yours. Partially. I'm incomplete and it's not like your body can handle it. But over time. Become my will on Midgard. Swear your fealty to me now. Swear some oaths. And then, well, we'll be good old chums now, won't we?
Yeah, I suppose we will. This doesn't come with a caveat, does it? Like, no offense, but I don't want to become like Thor's guy, where, Thor's just in control 24/7.
Oh, well, that was the deal he made with that guy. I don't know why that guy said yes, but he shrugs. I'm not asking for that. The window to possession. It's a window. It doesn't happen unless you open it. Now, if you're weak-willed, I can force the window open, but I don't have a reason to. Oh.
Okay.
I used to be able to, I should say. I can't exactly do that without my soul. My soul needs to beat your soul to possess you. So, unless you invite me in, I cannot possess you.
Alright. Sounds like a deal. I hope you get your soul back, and Well, you can help me stay alive during all this shit.
Sounds chipper. And
So, what are these oaths I need to swear?
hands you the ring. Put it on your arm.
He takes the ring and he slides it onto his arm.
It would rest just above your bicep and your shoulder, enough that your bicep would basically curl it so it doesn't slide down your arm. Snap it into place. You feel a low rumble of magic stir within you. Again, that hopefulness returns. We will fight the greater evil. When faced with the choice of fighting our sworn foes or combating a lesser evil, we will always choose the greater one. We must inspire hope to others. Do you swear?
I swear.
No mercy for the wicked. Ordinary foes might win our mercy, but our sworn enemies do not. You swear?
Swear.
By any means necessary. Your qualms cannot get in the way of exterminating our foes. You swear?
I swear.
And restitution. I am the god of joy, radiance, hope, and purity, the god of life. If my foes wreak ruin on the world, Midgard or any of the 8 realms that we must oversee, it is because we failed to stop them. I failed. You see him look somberly at the throne. I must help those who have been harmed by their misdeeds. We must help those harmed by their misdeeds. Do you swear?
I swear.
The ring glows with golden magic. Then you are my avatar. And my first decree as your patron. Offer your fealty to Hell. Tell her that I would like for my avatar to fight and die for her restoration. But she must take you and Vox into Helheim when she is restored.
Sounds like a good plan.
Swear it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Swear it
I
upon your
swear.
arm ring. Good. Who knows, if you're persuasive enough, maybe this remnant in hell will agree to resurrect someone you care about.
His eyes bug out a little bit. Shit, really? I mean, sure, that sounds good.
Yeah, maybe your mom, or your granddad, or maybe you, if you die before you get that far.
I ain't gonna die.
I sure fucking hope not.
A Viking never dies. Just gets replaced.
That's the spirit. Well, how much time we got left? Faith, tapping her fingers. 5 minutes. Oh, shit. I guess, is there anything else you want to talk about or ask before we part ways?
Well, I already said to mention to William Bremer, when he arrives. Just, I don't know what it is that's motivating him. Maybe he's willingly going his own way. I don't know. But just tell him to talk to me, okay? Don't tell him what I spoke to you about. Just tell him to come talk to me.
No,
On his own.
I'll pass it along.
Thank you. And, well, if you feel anything more from my sister or any other relatives, say, he wonders for a second. Do you feel anything else connected to our blood, William Bremer's blood? Obviously, there's me, there's my sister. Anything else?
He looks one last
Anything
time.
even faintly?
The Bremer bloodline. It ends at his new son. Unnamed, as far as he's last said. His eyes open.
Yeah.
I do not see any more branches on that tree.
And just to confirm for my own sake of mind, it goes me, my sister, and this son, right?
That is all the branches I perceive. If you have any more relatives, they're not from your father, at least. They're not Viking.
Yeah, okay. So, that's certainly something. This son, do you sense anything else about him? Anything at all?
Too young, too thin blood, still. It would need to awaken for me to perceive him any clearer.
Can you sense anything about his...
You're lagging a
Alfredo?
little bit. Repeat that, por favor.
Oh, sorry. I said, can you sense anything about his mother? Did you get that?
Yeah. My senses do not go that far. Either she is not
Okay.
Viking, or something shrouds her.
Okay. Well, suppose that complicates things a little, but thanks for it anyway. It's good to have some clarity for once.
I am the god of purity. What else would I be giving you if not the pure answer?
Good point. So, that pretty much wraps up all my questions that I can think of right now. I'm sure I'll have a whole bunch more during our next conversation. Say, this ring, does this mean I can talk to you all the time now?
With that ring, you should be able to have any seer contact me. I believe the Valkyrie here. Yes, I can do it. We have 60 seconds. Oh, yes. With the Valkyrie here, you can use the ring to commune with me. Otherwise,
Okay.
perhaps if you are a center of great magical power, if you're near the garden, or somewhere else with some great magical force, I may be able to send you some messages, some hints here and there.
Okay. Well, I'll be in contact, okay? He looks towards Faith. Thanks, Grandad. It's nice to talk to someone who actually has some answers to give for once.
Anytime, Bremer son. Good luck. Faith bows her head. Good seeing you, Odin's son. You too, Valkyrie. Say, you ever find that one girl you were looking for? The archer from the other pantheon. Yes. Why do you ask? She was looking for you. Stopped by every hall in Yggdrasil trying to find you, see if you were camped out here. Just wondered if she ever ran into you. Sweet of her. And then you guys blip out. Back to the mortal realm.
Milo wakes up and
You
he
feel-
looks over, checks for Faith, and then checks for Foxen.
The cold breeze moves things in the room. You feel the wetness of the snow on the ground. Literally, there's snow frozen on the room's floor, and then the warmness of the heating slowly melts it, as the blood would also slowly become washed away with the chalk mixing together with the water. And Voxen blinks his eyes. So how'd it go?
Very surprisingly well, actually.
That's good. That's a good sign.
He gestures to his arm and the metal band that surrounds it. Long story short, I'm your avatar now.
Oh, that's cool. Like Will and Thor.
Yeah. Say, Balder,
What's up?
you and I, if available, my big task is to get you to a garden, okay?
Yeah, that's what the other I are up to too.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try and get you there first, okay?
First.
Yeah. I got a few things to sort out, okay? Just, I'll give you a call when everything's all sorted, okay? And we can go over things in a bit more detail, okay?
Sure. Sounds about
Nice.
right.
Nice. Okay.
Don't leave me hanging. If you cut some like sweet deal with them, like whoever gets there first gets like super powers or some shit. Don't cut me out of that. I want in.
Dude, you're gonna be a god at the end of all this. You whatever powers I could gain on anything that you couldn't already get yourself at the end of this.
That's what I like to fucking hear. Gets up.
Anyway, you and I should meet up again soon, okay? Enjoy the embassy if you want. Faith, thank you for this. Balder, you too, thank you.
You guys would be back
I
at the
got-
apartments currently.
I've got some people I need to go speak to very quickly. You take care.
All right. Yeah. See you around, Remison. Licks the Faith. So, Valkyrie, what's good with you? I'm also needed elsewhere. Not to shoo you away. I'm sure we can. Looks to Milo leaving. As a collective, get some drinks together. Or something like that. Oh, sounds like a date. I'm down for that. Got you around then. And Balder will also leave.
Marlo would have further conversations he'd want to have, but I don't know if we should maintain that for session time instead.
I'll say, are they NPCs or PCs? Do you want to have combos with?
They are PCs, but specifically it's Koth, so I don't know if Koth is in a position where she could
If Koth,
roleplay.
yeah, if you are in a position to have that combo, we could have that combo now. But if you want to wait till later today, on you. What's your preference?
I mean, I'm here.
Gonna have it now.
Mhm.
This is recorded.
If you're up for it, I'm up for it.
Sure.
Milo leaves Faith's room on the 4th floor, heads down the elevator to the 1st floor, and well, you know where Remnant's room's at.
He goes and he bangs on the door quickly. Cordelia, I got something to tell you.
Banging. She opens it, but like, she's not very quick about it.
Okay. I've got a lot to say, but I'll start off with I've just had a talk with Balder. Like, not just regular human Balder, like Balder. The god.
Oh wait, hang on, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
When is this happening?
Yeah, the canon was a little funny on that. I'm gonna just say, for the sake of not having anything retroactive, this is gonna happen the day after the Apex raid. Like, you had that combo with Apex, and then the day after, Balder agreed to pull up, which would happen right after the. Is it right after? Let me go check the calendar. Sorry, I'm trying to remember also when this is. It would
I mean, I
happen.
imagine the raid would have been a while as well. I imagine.
Yeah, that is how that played out. So this would be like. I want to just say the afternoon of the Mistwalker trial. So the Mistwalker trial would have happened like early morning. This is like the afternoon. Let's just say that.
Mistwalker
after-
trial. What have I missed?
Nothing
So
at all.
Highlighter.
Salute. There was a.
So it's after all their talking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is after the council, like later in the day after training drills and everything. But later that day.
Hang on. What? After the trial, later in the day. Okay. Just so my brain
Yeah, it is later in the
knows where
day.
we're at.
The trial was early morning. This would be like the afternoon of that day. So like.
Okay, so she's not in the best of moods right now.
If
All right,
drills.
repeat what you said, Alfredo.
I'm sorry.
Repeat what Mila was saying, because I had to register what her emotional state would be.
No, I get you. He basically said, "I've had a lot of shit happen, but long story short, I've spoken to Balder, not normal Balder, God Balder."
Okay. Like, I thought you couldn't do that.
I didn't know I could as well, but turns out that if I use the human Balder as a kind of conduit, I can get in contact with the God Balder. He's in Helheim. Look, there's a lot of shit that I found
Okay.
out, but a lot of it has to do with you, okay?
Oh, joy. I love that for me.
Yeah, you might not exactly like what I'm about to say, but I think your parents might have been the ones to dethrone Hell.
Okay, tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, well, found out, the usurper is definitely Prego. So, if she is your mum, then, you know,
And who told you that?
Balder. Well, he didn't say she was pregnant. He said that I had a little brother somewhere. Too young to do anything about, but, you know, given what else we know, we can all assume that it's the usurper. Unless my dad's fucked some other woman or something. I don't know.
Okay, it must be some other woman.
Okay. Well,
Because I refuse to
Either way.
believe that.
either way, some shit's gone down, and Balder and Hel aren't enemies. That's another big thing. Balder just didn't know he could help Hel when that shit was going down with your parents. And,
Okay, this is for her, not me.
yeah. He
Sorry,
gestures to
what's
his.
that?
Claimed he did nothing.
No, yeah. She's repeating. No, she's saying repeat that. What were you saying?
Well, Balder, he didn't mean to let Hel down. He just didn't know he could do anything. Dude's been locked up in Helheim for like fucking hell, like a millennia at this point. Dude didn't know he could interact physically. He didn't know he could lend her a hand. Feels bad about it though. And well, he made me his avatar, and he wants me to swear fealty to hell.
Remnant feels suspicion, distrust, then consideration, then mischief. Would he swear fealty to me upon an arm ring?
Wait, this is a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Look, I'll try and slow down. I can give you a moment if this isn't a good time.
No, I'm fine. There's a lot going on. Okay. One more time. Swearing fealty.
Yeah. Basically, Baldur's made me his avatar. And
Okay.
as a show of goodwill to Hell, he wants me to swear fealty to her. And, offer to help in any which way I can to restore her to godhood. He feels bad about it, honestly. The only thing he wants in return is just for Hell to help guide his mortal body back to his soul. That's it. That way they can both ascend together. When she's restored to Helheim, and when she's got her throne back, well, all he wants is a guide. That's all. Doesn't expect anything else from her.
What does Hell think of this?
Consideration. Mischief. Lots of mischief. You hear a otherworldly giggle morphed by multiple voices. Then she replies, I will accept this one as my vassal.
What does that mean?
He will swear fealty upon his arm ring to his god. And he must obey, or his oaths become broken, and his tether to the god severed. That is what Baldur offers. And that is what I will accept. Will you accept this man as your servant?
Did Remnant say any of this out loud?
She's actively listening to what is being
I'm
said
saying
here.
when she asked Hell, did she say that out loud or did she say it in her mind?
I don't remember if she can do it telepathically or
She
she has
can,
to
yeah.
speak out loud.
She can think her thoughts to hell.
Okay, she'd be doing it in her head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Hell accepts, so I guess.
Okay. Well, I think he also wants me to do this ritual with you.
She like nods, but she clearly seems like, what's the word? Suspicious isn't the right word.
Perturbed.
Perturbed is the better word here, yeah. What for?
Well, he said it would connect me to the God plane a bit better. You know, that maybe me and him could strengthen our connection. Me and you could strengthen our connection. You know, everyone involved in this kind of whole Nordic shit could strengthen their connection to each other.
Yeah,
I didn't
that was
really.
the point.
I thought the point was just to make you feel more alive.
Did I not say that?
No?
Oh, she shrugs. Womp womp, I guess.
He frowns at that and he just goes, "Wait, was there a whole like plethora of shit you could have told me, but you just didn't?"
I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought you just would
Implied?
know. Yeah.
In what? How is any of this implied? It's God shit. I don't know anything about this.
She shrugs. I don't know.
You know, I never thought I would ever have the audacity to say some shit like this, but you really need to improve your communication, girlie.
I never said I was good at communication.
No, I'm not saying you're good at it either. I'm just saying you need to improve it. Especially if I'm going to be your... God, what does this make us?
Mm.
You are his Jarl.
Hell says, you're my vassal and I'm your Jarl.
So, like, master and servant, then?
War chief
Uh,
and soldier.
War chief and soldier.
Huh. Okay, I can work with that. But if you are going to be my war chief, then you're going to have to give me pretty strict orders, okay? No more of this implication shit, okay?
Fine.
He strikes an eyebrow. Oh, is
Sorry,
that too hard for you?
I felt that in my body and I was like, damn.
Ah, fine, I guess. So demanding.
So demanding, yeah.
I mean, I have to do things. It's fine. Whatever. Okay, I can do that.
Okay. Good. And, well, how you holding up? Any developments on your brother?
No, he's still the way he is.
Okay.
So overall,
Oh,
not
shit.
the best.
I can't believe I forgot to mention this. Look, okay, this is going to be told to the rest of Bermuda in time, but I'll tell you first since you're here. Basically, I think I have a way to make the Iron Jar come on side. All we need to do is help Balder, the human guy, get to a garden. As long as we help him get to a garden, well, then we can relink his soul with the soul of Balder in Helheim. Obviously, we can also hopefully restore Hel to a degree, and then she can guide us. And then once they're reunited, they'll ascend. After that, Balder's given me his word that he's going to get the Iron Jar back on track, and they'll join the fight against the Vempri. They'll cast aside all other duties up until later, and they'll help us. just in case you need any more incentive. Also, there's a chance that your parents might be trying to use Baldur's soul to become gods of the world and master life and death.
No, that tracks.
That was the easiest thing for her to believe out of everything.
It just makes sense.
He just looks at her and he just goes, "How did you come from them?"
Like genetically?
Like, did they raise you at all?
Not really.
That explains it. That explains a lot of things.
I kind of just did whatever most of the time.
Hey, well, you know, parents are overrated. You're preaching to the choir here.
That aside, okay, you're saying like a lot of words to me. So, Ein Hajar are gonna join us.
Yeah.
That's so
If we
icky.
get Baldur's soul, you know, reunited.
What about the usurper? Because like I
don't
have to
know.
kill her, and they have to be okay with that.
Baldur says he doesn't even know who the usurper is. Says she's never contacted him. Says he's never felt her from anything from her before. Williams never mentioned nothing like that ever. And when he was
Perfect.
tracking my sibling, well, he couldn't sense who the mother was. Says there might have been something blocking it. Either that or she just wasn't Norse in any sense of the capacity.
I love that for me. Well, I mean, that works out in that way, but if your dad is still like with her, you know, and he's Ein Hajar, he's not gonna exactly be cool killing her.
I told my dad that maybe, well, I told Baldur to tell my dad next time he gets into contact with him to seek me out, one-on-one, just a conversation. I'm hoping I can explain some of this shit to him and at the very least get his side on things, see what's making him make all these weird decisions, find out who the usurper is. Maybe if we can get your brother back in straights, maybe he can tell us who she is. Has there
Maybe.
been any progress on that front?
No, I'm not strong enough. The ritual
then
will help
best-
with that.
I was going to say, we best make sure that you get strong enough. So, this ritual, when's it happening?
A couple of days.
Winter solstice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know this is a bit of a weird request, but can I join you back again? I know I've been kind of flitty on these things, but, well, it's because I've not got a straight answer until right now. And as you've acknowledged, I hadn't really got a good idea of what the ritual even was until Baldur spoke to me about it.
My bad.
It's alright. As long as we're sorted now, I can help you on it. If you'll have me back, that is.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, I don't know if we do this fealty thing during the ritual or if we want to do it now. What's Hell saying?
During the ritual, she sounds disappointed.
Okay. Well, how does the whole fealty thing work? What do I have to do? Do I have to kneel before you or something?
Yes.
What else do I have to do?
I mean, I'm sure it'll happen as we go, but I get it if you want to know ahead of time what you have to do in case something weird happens or has to happen.
Yeah.
Swearing upon your arm.
You
Hand
have to
over,
swear upon my arm ring.
hand over his.
Oh, you have to hand over yours. I thought there was more to that.
I did too. I was waiting.
It is
Like hand over his what?
It is that simple. He hands over his arm ring to you and swears fealty. You then hand you the arm ring back to him with the bond made. If he ever breaks his oath to you, then so will it be done for his god.
She will repeat that. Because that was a lot of words.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to start shredding then. This thing's not coming off without a bit of help. He just flexes his arm a bit.
She rolls her eyes.
So, well, I guess I'll help him whatever preparation I can. Not sure what else I can do, but well, if there's anything that comes up, any things that I need my help on, just call, okay?
She nods. She still doesn't look happy though.
Hey, what's up?
Oh
I
my
thought you'd
God.
been happier by all this.
Oh my. 2 seconds. The cats are fighting again.
Oh no,
Be right back.
a war.
War never changes.
Fuck's sake. Oh god. What's that from again? War never changes. Like I know it's a quote from something, I just can't think
Yeah.
of what it's
Let
from.
me go look it up. It changes.
Oh, it's
Fallout 4.
Terminator.
Okay. Because it's used in Fallout
Or, no,
4
I'm not-
quite a bit, but I think you're right. I think it's from Terminator originally.
Because I have a vague recollection of Sarah Connor saying it. I could be wrong though. I
A
could be
quote
wrong.
from a number of Fallout games has made its way to collective internet consciousness. It's the first game released in 1997.
Ah, okay.
It is from the first Fallout in 1997.
Damn, the first Fallout came out all the way back then. Dang.
From the 18th U.S. president, from Grant.
Grant said that shit.
Oh. I thought you said Hugh Grant for a second there. I was thinking he was the president.
He is quoted many times as saying, "I have never advocated war except as means of peace, so seek peace, but prepare for war, because war never changes."
Mm.
Damn, bro was cooking with that.
That was a bar. That was a bar. Grant? See, this is why we love Grant. He was cooking on the battlefield, and he was cooking in the office.
I'm back. What's going on?
Sucking presidential dick. Anything else?
What?
I think.
Huh?
What did Bulldog last ask? Caw or Remnant?
Yeah.
Oh, the last thing he said to her was just, "What's wrong? I thought you'd be more happy about this."
I mean, it's great. I guess. Just- Things
up?
have been happening. I literally can't tell you, and I hate it.
He narrows his eyes at that, like you were bound to something? You took a vow? Is it Bermuda shit or is it like celestial shit?
It's Bermuda shit.
Huh. Okay. Did that have
Like,
anything to do with our last mission? Your brother?
not my brother. I don't remember if Bulldog like knows anything about what's going down.
He knows about the fact that Mistwalker did something, in the sense that he remembers that during the whole calm thing, you know what he would say? He would say, "Does it have something to do with why Vale was so skittish earlier?"
Probably.
Huh. So then, something to do with what Luma said about Mistwalker.
I mean, that all sort of wrapped up. I'm just not happy
Good.
about it.
Huh.
And I kind of maybe sort of took it out on Vale.
And you feel bad about it?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose if you can't tell me about what actually happened, maybe you can tell me about ways in which you dealt with it you think you should have done differently. What did you say to Vale?
I really don't remember specifically.
Well, if you feel bad about it, you could always try apologizing to him.
I plan to talk with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Why
tired
were
of
you
these
angry at him?
I'm tired of these Ritsars.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Why?
That should at least be obvious.
He nods. Yeah, you've not been treated the best. I know I don't mean much, but I have made a deal with Apex. She's not going to be bothering you again.
Massively rolls her eyes at that.
Just saying, she's not going to be bothering you again, okay? She just... There's no justification for how she treated you, but at the same time, she wasn't doing it from a malicious place, as much as it might seem some other way.
No, I get that. It doesn't
Still hurts,
change
though.
anything.
Yeah, no. That's fair. I don't expect your opinion to change on that, nor do I think it should change. Hell, I'd hold a grudge. But I suppose I've got to know, what do the Ritsars have to do with your blow-up on Vale?
She crosses her arms. It's very specifically the knowledge of this. The
Well,
idea that all of them think the same. They all learned it. Their Padawans are going to learn it. At the end of the day, they're all going to want me dead in some form or fashion, whether it's sympathy or pity or whatever. She looks like she's repeated this before and she's tired. And it's the same way I feel about you and Apex.
Vale and, Despair, right?
Despair.
Well, he licks his lips. If you're worried about any kind of conjugal shit, don't worry. I'm not going to be doing that shit anymore.
I don't necessarily care if you want to, it's whatever. It's just the fact. I don't know. You want to get to know these people, have relationships, and be on good terms with them. Even when they're probably most likely doing the exact same thing we are, and all of these relationships are just fake as fuck. I can't just be okay with someone I'm close to fucking around with someone who wants me dead.
He nods. No, that's
That doesn't-
understandable.
Doesn't feel good. So yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off about it.
Yeah. And I guess that must be why you're pretty pissed at Mistwalker as well, then, given what he did with Despair.
She legitimately didn't think of that.
He puts a hand on her shoulder and just goes, well, it's not like I can criticize others considering I've been participating in this shit as well, but, well, finding out about Estella and her influence on all this stuff, well, kind of saps the fun out of things after a certain point. At least for me. Nothing against her, nothing against you, just it's personal. I know I can't exactly take back any of the shit that I've done with any of them, but I can take you into consideration now going forward that you've told me. And, well, if there's anything I can do to ease your mind on this, you just tell me, okay? I mean, there's no point in you being my lord if you can't, have some kind of privilege to my opinion.
I just want to be sure you don't hate me.
He shakes his head. Nah, you weren't doing it deliberately. You're not that kind of person. Trust me, I've met those kind of people before. I don't blame you for what happened. Sorry if my reaction freaked you out a little bit. It just made me think of some bad things. Bad memories came up. We've all had them. But don't go thinking this changes anything. I'm still on board with you. He takes a shaky breath in. I guess I'm still on board with Estella as well, to the extent that means anything to her. Just, if we can, I would like to try and find a way to shut off this aura thing. I know that there's nothing immediately available, but, if there's something we can do, maybe a small little ritual, it'd mean a lot to me. Not saying you have to, again, just something that'd be nice.
This is telepathical. You have a boyfriend who's stuck in jail for the next 3 months.
She ignores Estella. She just ignores her.
Saying that's a lot of pent-up lust that we could farm, and then we wouldn't need the aura.
So,
What? Oh, sorry, I got lost in thought.
it's okay.
Yeah, if we can find something, I'm all right with whatever. Sorry, that came out like I didn't care. I'm fine with whatever we can figure out.
Hey, I get it. You're still, not fully tethered. But we're gonna fix that, okay? Or maybe you're just dry. I don't know. Different people, you know.
Dry?
Yeah. Not that expressive. Keep your cards to your chest. That kind of stuff.
Oh no, this is just how I sound.
Yeah, dry.
Oh, I hate that.
I didn't mean nothing by it.
Sam.
Well, whatever it is that you're hiding that you can't speak about, I hope it gets resolved. I'll do you the courtesy of not bothering you about it, that I won't say the same thing for Vale or Luma. Not that they're going to tell me, but at the very least I know I can harass them with impunity.
Leave my boy alone.
We are.
What did you
Well,
say?
Vale said leave my boy alone.
Ah, gotcha. So, you give me any hints to go off of at least? What to expect here? What to question them about? Do me a solid.
To question who about what?
Vale and Luma, whatever shit it is you're keeping from me.
Oh, I mean,
It's something to do with Mistwalker, I know that. Even if it's been resolved.
yeah, it's just dumb, but
Just,
I don't know.
Sam, could you do me a favor, please?
Me?
Could you roll as Bulldog? Could you roll a history check from Bulldog?
History check.
I think it's a 0, but I'll have a look.
You rolled a 4.
Okay. Could you also roll an insight? If that's okay.
Fuck. Nah, what?
God damn!
God damn.
That is rough.
Well, Bulldog, thinks for a second, and he just goes, well, whatever it is. I'll get to the bottom of it. Whether I have to talk to Luma or Vale or whatever it is. But I'll leave you to it. You look like you're gonna need some sleep.
Yeah, sleep would be nice.
Anyway, I'll speak to you more about the ritual soon. Take care of
She says
yourself.
as someone who doesn't need sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you later.
See ya. And he would leave.
Anything else?
I mean, I guess he would go and he would harass Luma first. I don't know if you want to play that out. I imagine she wouldn't tell him anything.
Luma would say it's classified.
And then he'd spend the next like 20 minutes just going, "Come on."
And then she'd
Come
say,
on.
out of my office.
Then he'd spawn a flower and just go, "Come on," from the flower.
Oh my god.
Flower. Out.
Sprays weed killer out.
It is low-key a blessing that he rolled as shittily as he did on his history and his insight, because that was to decide whether or not he would remember the specifics of the bar that night, and if he would go, because he was going to say, if he rolled high enough, he was going to basically say like, "Hey, Is it something that has he charmed someone? Did he charm despair like he tried to do with me?
That'd be so
Hmm.
funny.
That'd be
Mm.
quite the fun one.
Are you coming to harass Failmo?
He would if you're up for it.
Yeah, it's here. Vale would
Okay.
be in his room.
Luma would have
He-
said, I don't think this is gonna stop Bulldog, but Luma would have said, it's classified, and anyone you think who might be associated with it is also under strict oath to say it's classified. Now out of my office.
He would leave her office and go straight to Vale's room.
As expected.
As he bangs on the door, Vale. Right, you in
Vale.
there?
The door will open slowly, and you'll see Vale in like nothing but shorts and a robe that's like open, and his eyes usually filled with like color and stars is just pitch black, and he just looks up at you and says, "Hi, Bulldog. How may I be of service?"
He takes a look at him in his current form, and then he blushes and he goes, "Put some clothes on for fuck's sake."
Hmm.
He walks to the side as he splashes a bit of water onto his face from the fountain.
He'll
Just
like
goes inside.
he'll walk over to a closet and just pull out throw the robe off, and then put on a shirt.
Remember the aura, Bulldog. Remember the aura.
Christ.
We must stay focused, comrades. We must stay focused.
He walks back in. He bangs on the door with it still closed and just goes, "Hello, dressed yet?"
Yeah, come in.
Good. He opens the door and walks in. So, well, what's going on with Mistwalker?
He's in the embassy.
Don't bullshit me. Luma
But-
said I should come talk to you for the full story. Said you knew it best.
Who said it? Who said you should come to me?
Luma. Agent Luma.
It's so funny.
How quickly would Raven hear this shit? Is my
Well, I
question.
tap roll the insight. Let me fucking roll a fucking insight check of that shit real quick.
Just
That shit
such
got me
bullshit.
weak. I'm weak right now.
Yeah, I was tempted to go for the "she's told me everything," but then I was
I need you to expand upon
like,
it.
"Oh, for fuck's sake!"
I'm like, none of what you just said
Raven.
makes sense based on the conversation I had.
Raven hears that shit immediately. It just texts across Vale's HUD. No, the fuck she did not.
I already know everything's going on. I just want some clarification. Capiche? Dang.
Oh.
Bro literally disconnected to avoid the convo.
Damn. The Ravens doxed him.
Yeah, Raven
real.
teleported him out.
This always happens.
Ravens heard that shit.
Scotty, beat me up.
It's funny, because that happened earlier too. So I was like, I gotta spill these secrets. The Ravens, no. Just, they don't just drop from the call.
No, I just forgot that we're trying to use the Roll20 app on my iPad just kills the entire thing.
Did forget that. Would you like for me to roll
Wow.
for you?
I think that would be best.
I have my phone. Don't worry, I got this.
We are in fact getting
Go.
there.
I swear. Okay. Abilities and skills. Let's see this insight roll. Subtract 1 from this.
I guess.
Well,
Does Bulldog want to make a deception check to see how convincing he is?
do a deception. Yeah, do a deception. Well, actually, I have my phone. I will use my phone.
There you go. We're not cavemen. We have technology.
Exactly. Okay. If he can pull this off. I mean, to be fair, does it even matter anymore? Ravens just said no, he didn't.
He said
Ravens.
Oh, you got cut out. The Ravens sent him a
Yeah.
text that said, "No, she did not." To
I was
any,
going to say, I don't think there's any. Even if he rolled a nat 20, is there any way that he could pull this off?
I mean, he said, "Luma told me everything," and then Raven was like, "No, she did not." And then he said, "I already know everything. I just need some clarity." Those are two different statements. So I would say you could lie for a second.
Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. Deception roll. Deception roll. Give me my deception roll. My phone can move quicker than a snail's pace. That would be appreciated. There we go. Okay. And we're going for a deception. Ooh.
It was rolled to GM,
Well,
but it
I
was a
just rolled a
21.
21.
Mm.
Yeah.
Vale would read the message that saying Luma, basically assuming, okay, Luma didn't send him to me, but he claims to know everything already, just wants clarification, but I'm also not supposed to talk about anything. Alright, then he just says, if you already know everything, what do you need clarified?
Well, I want to know what led to the argument between you and Agent Remnant. What was she angry at you for?
He just looks sad. I guess I just let her down, I guess.
How so?
Except
She asked me to help her with something. I did my best, but I guess it wasn't enough. And then my other actions, I wasn't even aware, were also hurting her.
Okay.
So overall, I would say I'm doing a pretty good job.
And you didn't tell her about Mistwalker.
He quirks his head to the side as if, like, that question in this context confuses him. What do you mean?
You let her down. You knew shit that you knew shit that she didn't.
No.
Go on.
I'm not really permitted to speak details upon what has happened, Bulldog.
Yeah. But if it's just between us.
Vale slow turns to one of the hidden cameras he found. Yeah,
Pulls a
But
gin
just-
from the office.
just between us.
Yeah, well, sure. We're always going to have him around, but he knows anyway, doesn't he?
it's so funny.
Why do you care to know, Bulldog? It does not involve you. And the matter has been resolved.
Well, I want to know how the hell it was resolved.
It will be very apparent how it was resolved in one capacity.
Didn't seem very resolved between you and Agent Remnant. Seems like
That's-
it's eating you up. Seems
that's
like the solution is eating you up as well.
That's a separate issue, and the solution is not what is eating me up. Not completely.
Well, completely. Then you agree to an extent. How would you have resolved it?
It wouldn't have fucking
Come on, you can
happened.
tell me about that.
It wouldn't have fucking happened. That's the resolution that I would have preferred.
Yeah, but you can't control what other people do. You can only control how to deal with it after it's happened. So what would you have done? Give me a second, my fucking alarm's going.
My favorite thing about this is Bulldog is still running on like
Yeah. Fumes.
next to no information. And it's really funny.
Are you back yet? I guess I wait.
And I wait.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. There's an alarm going off.
Milo. I did
Yeah.
nothing wrong. And yet, Remnant is hurt, and I am hurt. There's not much else that can really be done.
Well, if you've done nothing wrong, then all you can hope to do is wait for an apology from her.
I don't think she has anything to apologize for either.
Come on. People don't argue when there's nobody in the wrong.
You may have found a niche case.
Well then, come on. Talk me through your perspective. Help me understand. I've spoken to Remnant already. Maybe you can help me come to some sort of understanding. You see, Remnant, she seemed pretty torn up about it, but nothing compared to you. She seemed kind of remorseful, sure, but fucking hell, man. You look like you've just been through a fucking worst breakup of your whole life. Pull yourself together. We're soldiers, remember? We're trained to deal with this kind of shit.
You and I were not trained under the same settings, Milo.
I refuse to believe that the Zaki were allowing you to go and blubber in your own room whenever something inconvenient happened to you.
I am not blubbering. You caught me mid-meditation.
Yeah, sure.
Regardless, I was keeping that shit to myself.
Yeah. And how's that going for you?
Well, it wasn't exactly on my schedule for a tall Norseman to come knocking upon my door. Else I would have penciled in more clothes, as you so desired.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm here now. Got to adapt to the situation. So, why don't you talk to me?
The sentiments that Apex holds towards the Arisen. Were you aware that all of the Ritsar shared said sentiments?
Well, I couldn't have said for certain before now, but I'd have definitely held my suspicion. They all follow the same religion, same doctrine, same people teaching them. It makes sense.
I love how people just believe Remnant.
Remnant, the predominant leader of misinformation.
Just fucking lying. God damn it.
It's not lying. It's just what she believes, and
God.
she might not be right.
Fuck's sake.
I was
I'll mute.
unaware of such thought processes. It did not show up on my radar that Despair would share such thought process. I still don't know if she does. But if she does, or at least Remnant thinks she does, then
Excuse me.
by choosing to be with her, I'm actively hurting her. And it doesn't sit right with me.
Look. I get it. This current situation isn't anything that we'd all choose to put ourselves in under ordinary circumstances. But we ain't in ordinary circumstances. Now, you like Agent Despair, don't you?
That's in a complicated state as well.
She done something fucked up?
I cannot say.
Gotcha. Well, all I'll say is this. I get it. Look, it's not exactly like Apex's hunky-dory either. But at the end of the day, our mission here is to get to know these people, to bond with them. Now, I understand that it's going to upset Agent Remnant, particularly with some of the shit that they've been saying about her. But the most we can do as soldiers trying to complete our mission is try and assuage some of these nasty habits that the Reedsars have picked up. They're not animals. We can convince them. We can talk to them. As we get to know them better, well, we can change them. Now,
Are you walking here and telling me, I can fix her?
Literally what I was thinking.
I wouldn't say that. More so, adjust the behavior a little bit. See, Apex didn't understand what she was doing was wrong until I told her. She didn't agree with me, but she's at least making an effort. And I'd be very surprised if Despair isn't willing to offer you the same courtesy.
Despair.
I don't want to say that I'm fixing them, because I don't want to say that they're doing necessarily anything wrong. They're just going with what they're told.
Despair knew exactly what the fuck she was doing.
And what exactly was it that she was doing?
I cannot say.
Sure you can. Might get in a bit of shit for it, but you can say it.
I just got here, Bulldog. I'm not trying to cause shit.
Yep. But like it or not, you're involved in it.
I am truly not trying to get a portion to get Marshall, I'm not trying to get further on the bad side of a portion of Templar, so please.
Okay, so she's involved in it as well, is she?
Dear God, get out.
Bulldog gets up and he starts walking towards the door. Seriously though, dude, you need to sort yourself out. This, he points at around the room, meditation, not helping anything.
Sir, this shit happened today. Checks the time. It's like noon. Can I not cope with shit? Jesus.
Nope. Time for copings when everything's over. As far as I'm concerned, shit's just begun. And he closes the door. And he goes to Templar's room. Hell yeah.
God.
Hell yeah. Okay.
This side RP will never end.
Side
It
RP will never
continue.
Templar. I mean, the door opens on its own as Bulldog is about to knock on it.
Hello. Mind if I have a minute of your time, Commander?
Oh yes, I imagine this will only take a minute. Do go ahead.
He narrows his eyes at that and goes, "You know why I'm here already, don't you?"
I heard the whole conversation.
Brilliant. Then I don't have to pansy around with certain words. What happened with Agent Mistwalker? What's gotten everyone in such a tight bunch?
Unfortunately for
And why is it
you,
that we're not getting told?
you're not getting told because it requires O4 clearance to speak of it. It is a classified matter.
What the fuck happened?
Can't speak of it.
I thought it was just a simple, we go in, we rescue Mistwalker, and that's it. If we can't talk about it anymore. Why? It's got to be some
You
reason.
can certainly
Is it
talk about it all you like. I just cannot give you further details that you've requested, because it violates an O4 clearance.
Who do I have to go to get this clearance lifted?
Luma, Director Wells, Shugo, me.
Well, can I at least get your permission?
No. This matter is resolved and concluded as of an hour ago. So, I do not see any need to breathe further life into this.
He frowns at that. Look, I'm not asking for some great explanation or in depth. I just want to know why I'm not getting told. Yeah, I get it. It's classified. Why? Why is it classified? Is it a threat to the mission? A threat to us? A threat to the world? What kind of shit's going down here?
Can't say. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. More so, I mean to say, it's classified. And you're just going to have to accept that some things are not meant for you to know. Are not meant for anyone to know. And you're not special. When it comes to this case, at least.
Mm-hmm. Alright. He leaves.
He leaves.
He takes off his hood and leaves it in his room. And is where Mistwalker's being held public knowledge?
You were told he is in the embassy. Once there, he would not be hard to find, I suppose.
Okay. He would go trying to find the embassy. Trying to find Mistwalker in the embassy.
In the embassy, you would track him pretty concisely, pretty quickly, to the gym. Entering the gym, you see flames roiling, rising up high walls, maybe 40 feet high, almost reaching the roof of the gym itself before the flames simmer back down. And you see Mistwalker clutching his chest, seemingly in pain. And Shugo, standing 5 feet away from him, blades in hand. Get up. Again. Yes, sir. He slowly picks himself up to a knee, and then with his arm pushes himself off the ground to stand up, shaky, wobbling in place. He is getting a very thorough beatdown from Shugo. And that is what you find.
Milo sticks back to the shadows and watches all this go down.
It keeps going. He would watch for maybe 10 minutes. Every single time Mistwalker gets knocked out by the simulation buzzing his cells, Shugo just walks back into place and says again. Another 10 minutes pass, same thing. Mistwalker seems to be in agony, but he just gets back up and just says, yes, sir. 30 minutes. 40 minutes. Seems like it's gonna just keep happening. Does Milo at any point decide to get up and leave or intervene, or does he just keep watching?
He would wait there for about 2 hours
to
to see if anything changes.
2 hours go by. It would be the late PMs. It would go on pretty much until like 7 p.m. And then Shugo would click his HUD, unclick his HUD, look to Mistwalker and say, alright, back to your cell. Yes, sir. Scratches himself up, takes the simulation shielding off, and would wobble his way back to his room. Shugo in escort.
Milo would follow after them, but keep a healthy distance behind.
Mistwalker would be brought to the holding cells. These anti-vessel chambers locked in by helix grips. Look like little single, like, tiny hotel rooms. Just single bed. No TV or any other thing really installed, just the bed. It is a cell. Not meant to be a nice place to stay. Walks Mistwalker in, locks the door, and then Shugo would turn to go about his business. Stop Shugo or just let him go?
He'd let Shugo go.
There you go.
And then he would, when Shugo's gone, he would look towards where Mistwalker was being held.
It is a metal door with helix scripts just emanating off of it. There's apparently some sort of keycard lock and an eyeball that scans pretty much anyone that walks by.
Milo would see if he could push the door at any point. He would get as close as he could to the door without touching it, and just see if he could hear anything from the other side.
Say one more time.
He would get as close as he could to the door without touching it, and see if he could hear anything from the other side.
I mean, you can see through this little window on the door itself. You can see into the cell. Mistwalker is climbing into his bed, lays on his back, groans a little, and then just kind of stretches his legs out. It seems to be resting.
He'd call through the bottom of the door and go, "Psst, Mistwalker."
What? He just yells out, and the speaker spreads it to you on the other side of the door.
The fuck's going on with you?
Punishment.
The fuck did you do to deserve that?
When AWOL.
Yeah. It's the kind of shit that usually happens if you go AWOL.
I hope not. I hope I've just really pissed off Shugo in specific, but damn. Maybe this is just how he handles AWOL people on his team.
What were you doing with Agent Despair?
Links. Shaking it down for information.
Okay. And that involved, I don't know, tongue fucking her, right?
Oh, no, that was her doing.
Huh. Okay.
Turns out when people can't touch you, and then someone comes up and touches you, you feel something. That girl felt a lot of things. He kind of turns onto his side, stretching one of his arms out.
Hmm. Okay. Did you charm her?
Who the fuck is this? He kind of looks up. Oh, Bulldog. Why do you care?
Because apparently everything that we're talking about right now is classified.
Yeah,
Everyone's
they
pretty
did say
zup
that.
about it.
Yeah, they did say that. All you gotta know is I got a bit of sensitive information from her. And she didn't like that.
Shit. Okay. What was this information?
That's the classified part. Can't tell you.
Okay. And how would she react if I went over and asked her about all this?
I imagine your commander would probably intervene before that, but I don't fucking know. I don't know the spare. Not anymore.
Seems like you knew her pretty well.
Before I died, yeah. Been a couple of years since that. A couple of years changed some people.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you did charm her then.
I can neither confirm nor deny that the senior director's approval.
Well, if you gave her if she gave you information she didn't want to unwillingly, seems like you charmed her. Was that before
or me.
or after you started nicking with her?
That or I've never tongue fucked you before. Maybe you'll squeal like a little pig if I tried.
He narrows his eyes. Hmm. You know, whatever it was that happened to you, seems like it's pretty important if you're going to this amount of lengths. Abandoning your humanity in more ways than one, I see.
Kind of lengths. You think I
Well,
preferred
charm.
to be in a cell?
No. I was more so talking about charming people, having your way with them. Pretty fucked up if you ask me.
Consensually. Oh, unless they're marks.
Consensually. Huh. So I'm guessing that despair was one of these marks then.
If you're asking if I fucked her while she's charmed, answer's no, buddy.
Kissed her though. And if they're marks, what? They're less than human? Don't deserve the courtesy? Why are they marked? What they do to you?
I was hoping she could give some intel. I was right.
Yeah. Anyone else you got your eyes on while you're here?
Everybody. Just a matter of if they're fucking worth my time.
Definitely not ominous.
Why, you wanna be worth my time or something?
I don't know what makes you tick while you're doing all this.
Sits up in his bed, looks forward. hope you never get turned undead, Bulldog. You're gonna come to realize something
Yeah.
really quickly. You don't think human. You still feel it, though.
Hmm. Okay. Is this where you launch into some extensive recount of a tragic backstory or something? Or are you doing all this just because you're undead?
You? I really got a damn reason to spill my story to you. As a matter of fact, why are you still here exactly? You trying to figure out if I'm some sort of sexual assaulter? Is that what this is about?
Don't need to figure that out. Sounds pretty cut and dry to me.
Well, you'd come to find the evidence is not in your favor there, buddy. Leans back in his bed. But I mean, go ahead and ask whoever you want. Not like they're gonna give you the details, are they?
Okay. I think enjoy your beatings, buddy.
Yeah, I wish I did. I wish I did. Well, does Bulldog go anywhere? Or is that the end of that?
Bulldog would go. He would go back to Templar.
The door opens just before he knocks again. Make it quick.
Why? Why is he still alive?
Mistwalker? I presume?
Yeah, it seems like he's pretty counterintuitive to the mission. Knows shit he shouldn't have. Has marks that are clearly within our potential allies, and he's just attempted to fucking, I don't even know, do something to an ally that we're trying to make currently. Why is he still alive? Why not just shoot him or something?
Ah, if only I had my way, he says, looking up to the sky. But military laws must be given a council, and then the council decides his fate.
Okay.
And the council voted. That is all I can say. The rest is classified.
Okay. Well, I think I've found out all I need to know. Whatever this secret is clearly isn't going to do me much good knowing it.
It's almost like everyone was trying to tell you that from the beginning. You'd do well to
No, the
listen to
problem is
your
no-
comrades or commander when they advise you that some things you just don't need to or shouldn't know.
I mean, you could have just said Mistwalker learned a secret that he did his best left unread, but, you know, you didn't even say that, just said classified to everything.
That is what classified means.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised MI5 never had you run through this loop. Or did you just run around everyone there until someone broke?
That was muscle. Not much else.
Oh, so you're accustomed to people telling you you don't need to know.
Yeah.
Well, then this one case that has been concluded should hopefully not ruffle any further feathers.
I don't know, if he gets out, it might ruffle my feathers a little bit.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens then. Oh, but before you leave, Templar would be looking over several monitors. Kind of just looks over his shoulder back to you. Is there any reason you haven't designated this team as individuals I cannot kill?
Sorry, could you repeat that, sorry?
Is there any reason you have not designated this team as individuals I cannot kill?
Honestly, so much shit's been happening. I haven't thought about it. Haven't really had time to make a list, but fuck it. Sure, I'll do it now. Is it the personality I'm speaking to right now that it concerns?
Particularly?
Okay. Yeah. Everyone from the team off bounds. That includes Mika's fiance. That includes Veil and Despair. That includes Luma as well. And it includes Estella as well. And Sebastian. Till I give the go ahead, don't kill anyone. Okay?
Agreed. Is that all?
That's all for now. Oh. He clicks his fingers. Don't kill any in her jar. Okay? You can, disarm them. You can knock them out. Hell, you can even mutilate them if it fucking comes down to it, but don't kill them. We need the Ina jar to like us.
Deep breath in. Very well. Until someone in this team gets killed by them. Or until someone in this team is incapacitated.
Seems fair. Okay. See you later, Commander.
As you were.
Okay. That'd wrap things up.
And thus, that concludes this side session.
That went on for nearly as long as an actual session.
3 hours, 40 minutes. Alrighty.
I'll be damned.
I'll be damned.
To a lack of sleep.
To a lack of sleep. But you do get a limit break point from it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Could you put it on my sheet? I can't do that right
I
now.
will put it on your sheet. You've become an avatar. Officially. Big moment.
I was gonna say, yeah. Pretty big. Big. Balder's avatar as well. Be the talk of the town in Einhajarville.
You will be, in fact, the talk of the town.
I'm looking forward to the conversations involving Cyrus when it comes down to it.
That's what we got.
Because, well, it's gonna have to be like, hey, bro. Hey, I fucked up a little bit. Like, I wasn't aware.
I was not familiar with your game.
I've made some Marvel prejudiced decisions. I need to
Marvel
correct.
prejudiced. So funny.
But nah, literally, I passed out after finishing one side RP, and I'm awoken to a different side RP.
I'm gonna say, Vale and Cobb, another inspiration point.
Hell yeah.
Inspirational for staying up this long, I'd say.
Staying up this long, yeah. God bless you too.
Cuff, friend, are you still alive?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insanity.
Doesn't even sound
Yeah.
phased.
Mhm.
Damn.
You
Unfazed.
ship, actually.
Absolutely. Alrighty, I'm gonna end the stream.
You should take a nap.
We will cut the stream there. We will pick up with the full group of Hunter Killer Domino Squad in about 4-ish hours currently. So that will be 5 p.m. EST today. So hey, join us back again for Hunter Killer.